All right, friends, we are live. Hello, friends. Welcome to the four, the two. What a season. What a completely immemorable. I mean, memorable for reasons of not quality. But yes, welcome. Smash a like if you're here. Much to talk about, many things to talk about. First of all, also thank you for all the very nice messages. I was in the studio for the Europa League finals. Please let me know what you thought of my. This is the echo. Very nice. But yes, let me know what you thought of my analysis. I was very at the start. I was little like figuring out how this entire thing works because you're in like one weird green screen space. No, I was getting chats, no, because they were showing me. They were showing me worse. They were showing me tweets of people. And tweets from people saying that, oh, you used to say this show was boring, now you're on it. ये सब डाला है सोनी लिव के लोग ने, पागल लोग. Oh wait, oh no, कौतुक का ऑडियो नहीं है. Shit. Oh, wait, oh no, wait. I fix for you. Kautuk, you
Uh,
are audible again. Sorry. It's okay. It was
classic,
just.
classic. Any opposition, just wait, muting us.
Sorry, but I have many things to talk about. Yes, he is unmuted now. Kalma, guys, kalma. But yes, was in the studio, did all the things. Made my debut. Thank you for very nice messages and all of that. But I have, this week, before going to sleep, because I've been in like these weird traveling all over the place and these sort of caffeinated fever sequences before going to sleep. And I have woken up middle of the night just wanting to write angry things
Oh,
about particularly
oh,
one man.
oh
I
no,
think
is it Ten Hag? Please
sadly
tell
it
me
is
it's Ten
not.
Hag.
Sadly it is not.
Oh no, who is it?
Um, but yeah, listen. I mean, we have to talk
Is it the
about
Glazers?
the.
Is it Joel or is it Avram?
I'll tell you. A is a good start.
Oh
Yes.
no, oh no.
But yeah, I can see already from the chat that there are some people who have been brainwashed already by this
अरे
nonsense
चैट
that
तो
has
क्यों
been
देख रहा है
spewed.
अजीम? इस कॉल पे ही देख.
ओके,
एक
मैं कॉल पे
बंदा
ही देखेगा,
है.
ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. um
Full support,
yes.
Amarim Bhai, full support.
Oh, good God. Dude, I just first of all, this complete what a fitting Europa League final for teams 16th and 17th. What an awful game of football to watch. The goal that was scored by Brennan Johnson, it's actually felt like Luke Shaw own goal only.
Own goal, own goal.
Yeah, but I think they gave it to Brennan Johnson apparently.
By the way,
Uh,
these are some stats to back up what you're saying, Azim. Spurs had three shots, just 27.7% of the possession and completed 115 passes, which
yeah,
is the lowest figures Opta has on record by any team in a
yeah.
major European final since 2009-10,
Yeah. So
which I
again,
think was
no.
Mourinho.
So correct. So now and again, this just shows you the mentality of a guy who knows desperately that he has to win and what is required to win. Whereas a guy who is just stubborn about what he's doing, and his team selection made no sense to me. I have no idea why. It was a completely failed experiment against Chelsea, where he played Bruno deep along with Casemiro and put Mount up there to try and create. It just did not work at all. He's come out in the press conference and said, "Oh, we were the better team." Listen, dude, in a final, nobody cares if you were the better team. It's whether you came away with the trophy or not. Like in a league, you want to persist with your, okay, we are going to play our game and we're going to stick to our philosophy. All of that, sure, fine. League में करो ये सब. But when you're in a cup final, sometimes you have to do what is practical and what is right for the team. I was amazed that for both the last two games, Europa and Chelsea, there was no Ugarte at all anywhere, which was very strange to me. That he decided to do this Bruno thing, and Bruno objectively was one of our worst players on the pitch in the Europa League final. It was his giveaway, and how many giveaways he had, easy passes in midfield. His giveaway led to the counter attack, which led to the goal. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I've been feeling a lot of things particularly about Amorim. So this is the thing. This is the realization that I had,
Oh,
where people are keep saying that, oh, this Amorim, he needs his own players. We have to give
yes.
him all the players. Can you tell me one manager in the world where we have this conversation about them? I've been racking my brain to think about one manager where the PR around him is that he can't do it with these players, he needs his own players. Name me one in modern history where they say he needs his own players, but we have to give him.
Eric Ten Hag.
No, in fact, you were saying he had his players, he didn't do anything.
That's when he got it. So for the
Nobody,
first
no, nobody said in first
first
season was good. In
year,
fact,
he was just like, "Arey, we
no,
need."
we never said that at
No,
all.
sorry, in the second season. Arey, how can he do? How can he do if he doesn't have? Then he got. Then he shat the bed. Then he left.
This
Who else?
entire
Conte,
narrative that
Conte,
is
yeah,
built
Conte.
off.
Every season, Conte is like, I don't have my players. I want my players.
Arey, but
He
he
gets
goes and
sacked.
wins in his first season only.
He wins, that's true, but then he
Yeah,
also wins.
all this concept that no, and my thing is, chalo, you get your own players, fine. But you're saying that if you don't have your own players, you finish 17th or whatever, 15th now. So what the fuck does this mean? Like, okay, so you want hard evidence in this year of managers who came mid-season and did not have their own players. There was David Moyes and there was Graham Potter, who came into teams that were objectively bad squads and just did their thing and did what was required to win and get the results. And they both were below United when they took over in their jobs and finished above United. So for me, it's really baffling that you have this guy who is just like such a diva football that he wants to be like, नहीं ये regular players से मेरा football होता ही नहीं है. मेरो just I need specialized like cool players. Only there's only 50 players in the world who understand how I want to play football. I just don't get it at all. Like, he's beaten 8 teams or 7 teams so far. He's won less than 10 Premier League games. So we're going to, and again now we enter this same cycle that I've been talking about for ages. But I don't know, somehow this entire fan base, I don't know whether it is just because there are large YouTubers and large pundits who are just setting these narratives, so people just parrot these opinions to sound smarter. But just, you have to look at the red flags around you. The football has been awful. There has been no improvement. He's got rid of players who have gone and done so much better at other clubs when we have been struggling to score goals. So, I mean, listen, if you want to make a point and just prove that you are amazing, then just do politics. Go there. You will get all the ego boost you want. And in fact, no, I've realized that the fans only like him because he talks a good game. No? Tell me where you've heard this one before. New leader comes into power, takes crazy radical decisions,
Yes.
saying, Mitro, aaj se 4 at the back banned. Now new 3 at the back note is being launched. No? Complete chaos. Absolute terrible. But he tells you ना कि अगर मैं आपको पसंद नहीं हूं, मैं चले जाऊंगा. Please, you tell me, you decide whether I will stay or not. Right? And after seeing the worst conditions in our modern history, he has the gall then to come and say, अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं. Please, bro, give me a break. Give me a
But
break.
अजीम यार, बहुत सही स्पीच था यार एंड में यार.
क्या
तू
2 मिनट का स्पीच पे तुम लोग हिला रहे हैं यार? What the fuck?
But Azim, yeah, think about it, yeah. The pressure you must have to perform, to do, like, to hold a mic and speak into it in front of 70,000 people, man, it's not
He
easy.
has said, oh, we were shit this season. Sorry. And next season will be good. This is all he has said in his entire speech. You know,
No, yeah,
I have
because how
other
he's
parallels. I have other parallels also to give you. I've written a bunch of shit. Wait. Then no, I've realized. Wait, what other realizing? He has this full Gen Z attitude towards coaching. You know where he is. You know what he is? He is a managerial fuckboy. Where he's like, I can't commit to these players. You know, I want some new players. I want some interesting players on the side. I want to be in a casual situationship with one nice Mateus Cunha. because he gets my 4-3-2-1. So he's going to get all these situationship players in who can play only his formation. And then when it doesn't work, we'll be stuck with all these idiots only for the next manager who will come and be four at the back. Or if you're going to commit to what he buys, if it doesn't work out, I hope it works out. But again, you have to look at the reality, and it relies now on recruitment being amazing, which is something that this club has been fucking awful at for the last 12 years. So you are telling me that we are going to get now 100% hit ratio. We are going to get all the best players that he needs, despite not having Champions League football, despite not having a transfer budget. Somehow magically, we are going to manufacture 12 players. Somehow magically, we are going to sell Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, and Garnacho, and Menu, and all these guys, and raise some fucking fictional 200 million pounds. I mean, it's all very nice to think about this in theory, but practical life mein aao yaar, ye nahi hota hai. We've been trying to sell these players for fucking 5 years now. Now we're literally losing players on free transfers who we've been trying to get rid of for years. So, and now we'll completely replace and refresh the squad with players who are purpose built for just one form
Yeah.
of football. And if that form of football does not work, then where do we go from there? So for me, as I said, I am a conservative risk taker. I take risks when I can calculate and see the upside versus downside, that there is some merit to doing it. But this man seems suicidal, dude. I don't. I hope it all works out well, and I hope that he knows what he's doing, and his walk is as good as his talk. But I don't know, man. It's crazy.
So if you were in your shoes right now, you would say out with this guy immediately, right?
Uh,
Find
Man,
new guy before season starts. Give that guy maybe a bunch of
listen,
like.
I mean, for me, the thing is on results, what other club at this point would be like, yeah, we see a guy who took us, who came in 4 points away from Champions League and ended 10 points above relegation. So, on what basis do you trust this person? No, that is
Okay,
the point. What are you seeing?
the only other devil's advocate thing is the thing that obviously keeps coming up time and time again, which is how much of the blame do the shoulders, sorry, do the players have to shoulder? And
In
like,
fact,
did they
but
throw
I
in
would
the towel?
say, no, but I would say, in fact, the players, when the need has been there, particularly in the big games, have shown up, and it had nothing to do with the tactics. It was literally about fuck, hum log ka gaand lagne wala hai. We have to do something, and it's literally just been lump the ball forward and get the ball in the box and vibes football. It's been there's been nothing tactical about any victory that we've had. We have not outplayed a single opponent that has had 11 players. Let's be real. Even yesterday, Aston Villa, we beat them because of a red card and one of the most shocking fucking refereeing decisions
We're gonna talk about
ever.
it.
Like, we should not have won that game at all. Aston Villa, bichare, have been scammed out of European football and literally 100 million. And yes, you can say we scored 2 goals or whatever, but that one goal, if they score it, it changes the game completely. So I, it's again, how many games have we won playing against 10 men, and how many games have opponents made mistakes and all of that. So you can say that, oh, you're being negative or whatever, but listen, I've been here too many times before, man. I've just, if there is any stroke of positivity, if there is any light looking like there is in the end of the tunnel, I get behind it. But from day one, I have maintained with this dude, I just don't see anything, and I feel that it's really just delusion right now, that people are choosing to willfully ignore the fact that the football is not good, the tactics are not good, the players are not good, and we're just being like, you know, once we have new players for this perfect, amazing utopian system, everything will be great. And I don't know. It doesn't feel right.
So I mean, like the thing is this, the question again comes back to, so when they had the same dilemma with Ten Hag back when he had just won the FA Cup, right? Like, you
Yeah,
remember right before the FA Cup, the rumor was that this guy's going to get sacked, right?
yeah.
And then he like
No,
goes
so
like
I want to go back to Ten Hag's then first season, right? So his first season, we came in, he played the sort of pragmatic football, whatever, got us the third place, had a decent cup, few results in the Europa League okay, fine, got knocked out, won one trophy at the end. You're like, okay, chalo, this is a start. This is something I can build on. This is something I can get behind. It went to shit later on for whatever reasons. But here I'm like, I don't even have the can I get behind this, because I'm like, what do I get behind? We could have finished 17th yesterday. So how can you, what do you get behind in this? Give me something.
So that's what. No? So at this point, then it would be more prudent basically to sack this guy, find another person, and move on, right? Like essentially.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. But wait, in theory, yes, but then how
Because
many people do you sack?
he has also said all of that stuff, right? All the good sounding things like, um, "Hey, I'm not about the money. I will let go
Yeah,
of
I'll
the
go with my.
compensation."
And there have been people who have been saying, yeah, United should capitalize and be like, chalo, tu free mein nikal ja.
Yeah, why
Because,
not?
yeah, but the thing is, I mean, at this point, who do you get in? Like, who is willing to take up this mantle, and who at this point can you trust? See, the thing is that Amorim is one extreme case of like, I will play only this way and only this way, and I will need six players who know exactly what I want to do. He needs, and I was talking about this in the studio as well. Like, so there are in the modern game, there are managers and coaches, or there are coaches and tacticians, shall we say. I think Amorim is a solid tactician. He knows tactically how he wants the game to play out. But I don't think he's a great coach, in the sense that I don't think he can take a player who is not getting it and make them get it. He needs like a player who is pre-coached by somebody else to understand the position, and then I will get that player in. It's sort of like Guardiola in a sense, where Guardiola had to get rid of fucking four fullbacks before he got fullbacks who could understand how he wanted to play the game. He had to get rid of two goalkeepers before he got the goalkeeper that he wanted. Abhi at City, without the FFP and all the restrictions that they had, they could do all this. With United, we don't have this luxury. So to get this perfect system manager who can only operate in this certain way, I've been saying for ages, it doesn't make sense what they're doing. And again, this is a failure of at the top to be like, okay, this is what we're going with, because it's so high risk, man. It's such a huge risk
Yeah,
to do this and build now this entire squad purely based on 3-4-3 football, which barely 20 coaches in modern like football in top leagues play. So where do you go if it
and
goes wrong?
sort of just now look at the problem from other angles. So here's what else has happened. Since United lost the Europa Cup final, they have also lost 100 million in revenue that would have come their way if they had
Yeah,
gotten into the Champions League.
yeah,
That has also resulted in 200 people across several departments. These departments include scouting, analytics, commercial, and football operations that have been laid off.
yeah,
200 people have lost their jobs
yes.
because Amorim and his 11 could not get over the line.
Yeah. And again, I
Um,
don't want to, I'm not saying the accountability is only manager. I'm saying, but the building process is the manager is pivotal in that decision. So you have to build correctly. And I just think it's too risky to build this weird utopian system. Like it's like saying that okay, we will get 11 perfect players. It's like saying picking 11 random people in this chat and being like all of them are going to marry their soulmates. What is the likelihood that you're going to get this right in the first attempt? It's going to take a while. It's going to take a lot of pain at this point. And there are fans who are saying, yeah, we have to we have to target top 10. We have to target top half next season. Bro, exact squad finished eighth
uh,
last season. So how are you now targeting top 10? At least you say that we build on and improve the squad, and we say top 6 at
first,
least. No,
Conference
conference
League
league
तो
tak
बनता है
पहुंcho,
भाई.
chalo.
Yeah.
So in a way,
Need
it's
to
chalo,
go
it's
play
fine.
Legia Warsaw at least
Yeah.
once.
In a way, for a rebuild, it's good that you're not in Europe, because you can build a small core of players. You don't have need to have so many backups, because you're literally playing once a week and you have like a few cups here and there. So you can have like a very lean, like 22, 21, 22 man squad and get the season done with that. So in that sense, yes, you have to recruit. But now we've gone and recruited Mateus Cunha, 62.5 million. Why? Because he plays in the 3-4-2-1 and he knows how to play as the one of the two in behind the striker. So that's why we've gone with him. Um, is a little bit sus character wise, but I'm willing to take a chance. We do need those players who have like some amount of arrogance, some amount of skill to it. So, it's fine. But again, it's 62
Especially since
million.
you're getting rid of
Yeah.
Garnacho.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Garnacho again now, because it's so obvious that he wants to leave and the manager is also not saying anything now, you're going to get lowballed by other people for him as well. You're not going to get rid of Casemiro. You're not going to. Bruno is an interesting one as well. Like, if Al Hilal come in 100 million for Bruno, I'd probably say let him go at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Because you got to cash in and then you got to then build in a different
He's also
system.
31, no?
Yeah. He will be 31. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if they're saying like, listen, people are saying, might say that, oh, they're not recruiting for the particular system, they're recruiting for the club, then, what? Then I don't understand then what your recruiting strategy is. Then just get a less hipster manager. No, if you're recruiting for the club, then get a player who, if you're going to get wing back and a guy who exclusively plays wing back and can't do the fullback role, then you're stuck. No, if you need to change the tactics, and it also shoehorns you into a kind of player. So of course he's going to ask for players who do the job that he wants them to do. Now he is also not going to be like, oh, they didn't give me the right players they bought for the club. So of course they're going to buy players for his system, no matter what you say. So yeah, I don't know. We'll read some super chats and see what people feel. Must be a lot of them. Oh, there are. Okay, so we had Anirudh Dhawan. Of course, we have to start with Spurs. Also, yeah, you know what? Congratulations to Spurs. Listen, for all the Spurs fans, I'm very happy for y'all, genuinely, because y'all have lived through how many years of being this banter club of, oh, no trophy, this, that, and also just for all the suffering that you all have been through, highly, highly, very happy for
Yeah.
you all. Great that we have also now a good amount of Spurs fans. We will unfortunately have one Spurs fan joining us in about 7 minutes, but he will gloat. He will gloat with full rights and no censorship. Let him. But we had Anirudh Dhawan who said, Coys, hopefully Ange is not let go and we build from here. 3, 4 first choice signings required and top 6 for next 5 years with one trophy at least every 5 years cycle. Let's go. See now, if people said this, chalo, for Manchester United starting point, chalo, top 5, top 6 consistently. If that's what we want to target after finishing 16th, I'll be like, chalo, theek hai, it's realistic. They'll be like, नहीं नहीं top 10 बहुत है. No, please. टॉप 6 भी बहुत कम है हमारे लिए. टॉप 4 तो मिनिमम होना चाहिए.
Yeah. True.
देन वी हैव सुमड़ी में कोमड़ी रसल हुज हियर आल्सो. अजीम भाई, मेरे को पता था तुम यूरोपा के बाद से काफी सैड होगा, इसलिए जितना होगा उतना विलियम्स के साथ इज्जत से चलाया. गुस्सा आया पर कंट्रोल किया. थैंक यू रसल भाई, वेरी नाइस. Shashank says, you seem nervous during the show, Azim. Only onwards and upwards from there. You know what? It's mainly just that random tweet that they threw on me that threw me. Which I'm like, now how do I react to the fact that I've bitched about this show 10 years ago in my tweets, live on TV without any warning? So, I mean, I did what I could. Um, प्रियांश says, एक प्रॉब्लम था जो स्पर्स के अगेंस्ट हैट्रिक मारता था, अब प्रॉब्लम चला गया तो यूनाइटेड हैव इम्प्रूव्ड अ लॉट.
क्या
कांट
बात
बी.
है, क्या बात बोली आपने सर. मान लिया आपको, आप जानते हो बॉल. ये है बॉल जानने का कमेंट. वाओ, ब्यूटीफुल. प्रॉब्लम को तो हटा दिया पर प्रॉब्लम तो बढ़ गए. ओ नो.
Dude, also for sorry, completely listening. People are saying like, "Oh, you did not watch the game." So now we are going to judge Amorim's entire season on the fact that we played good football for half a game against Aston Villa.
The
This
last
is the level of delusion of this fan base. I can't understand only. Well, you're all like, हम लोग आधा गेम फुटबॉल अच्छा खेला, जो एक्चुअल गेम था ऑफ कॉन्सिक्वेंस उसमें हक दिया ना, उसका बात नहीं करने का किसी को. दे बी लाइक, हो हम लोग थोड़ा एस्टन विला के साथ चांस क्रिएट किया. वाओ,
that
good for you. Then you
That Europa
deserve this
League
only.
final was one of the most insipid performances I've ever seen in my life. Like it
Terrible.
was so toothless. It was so lackluster. Like these players were completely out of it. Like they seemed leggy and all over the place. Like completely
Well, no, it's terrible,
baffling.
unwatchable match of
Yeah, yeah,
football overall.
yeah, yeah. Like
Although
if
I
it
have to say
wasn't for the
the
oil money banter, I mean, it
yeah,
would completely be
yeah,
like a washed
yeah,
out.
it was terrible. I mean, the only highlight worth anything was the Mickey Van de Ven clearance off the line.
Yeah, that was nice.
But yeah. Then we had Ashay who said, by mistake, I booked United versus Sir screening hosted by Spurs fans. Oh no. Joel D'Souza was sitting next to me and I thought I'll click a photo with him after we win, but before the final whistle, I left. Bichara, bichara, bichara. These things also happen. Aman Rohela said Modric was a number 10 box to box holding playmaker, all wrapped into one, while being the best at all those positions, even at 39.
Yep,
Irreplaceable. I think there is a tribute coming from Kautuk over here.
there is tribute. There is tribute. I've written something that
Yeah.
I'd love to
Okay.
share.
अच्छा चलो, you know what, अनिरुद्ध धवन, आप भी आ जाओ, चलो जोएल के साथ आप भी आ जाओ. You also deserve.
You deserve,
You
deserve.
deserve, kid.
To give
Uh,
to give a brief backstory of Anirudh Dhawan.
hmm.
Anirudh Dhawan was
Day
one
one oil money member also, I must say.
and one of two Spurs oil money member folks.
Yes.
And the poor guy was holding the fort down against like just a deluge of Manchester United fans and Liverpool fans, just like getting knocked down and mocked.
Yes.
And it was just like,
Left the group, came back.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because he was not just Spurs fan, he was also a Ronaldo fan. So he was getting double bashing from everywhere.
It was just, it was a tough, like these dark, dark days that Anirudh Dhawan has weathered. And then to see him go through this season where it would like he like thankfully United and Tottenham were in a race to see who was worse. So thankfully there wasn't much sort of like insult there. But then when as the final of the Europa League neared, it was like it was just him alone against all these voices saying, "Arey, United jeetega," and to come out on top, extraordinary. So let's have Anirudh Dhawan alongside Joel
Yes.
also.
Why am I not finding Anirudh Dhawan in the group? Ah, there he is.
Okay.
Yes, I will
Um,
message you the link. You may join, Anirudh. Joel will also join shortly. Then we have next season narrative. Rubens Cameron says Neil. Rubens Cameron didn't get his players, hence couldn't perform. Blame Ineos. Yeah, this is what they'll say eventually, I'm sure. Abhijit says, caught Arpit asking Ashley if he was asleep after halftime, to Ashley saying he can't sleep watching this shit. If only one caught the Sony Live replay the next morning, the poor editor cut it. This is true. This did happen in the studio. But listen, it happens, dude. You're sitting up at 4 a.m. trying to watch this match. It happens. You can't do anything about it.
yeah.
अपना बिडू किंग एरिक सेज, मैं आज का दिन रूबीना जैसे झाट कबूतर आदमी पे वेस्ट करने की जगह दो शब्द अपने मैक टर्मिनेटर के लिए कहूंगा. क्या मस्त टॉप प्रो, कोचेस डिलाइट, लव्ड हिज क्लब, मौशिची जाके सिरिया जीता, रुला दिया प्यारे में. 100% agree. Scott McTominay was the glue. In fact, I did one chat GPT and I checked last season where United would be without McTominay's goal contributions. And McTominay himself won United some 11 points last season. So we would have finished last season maybe 12th or 13th without McTominay.
Okay, so that I think we can quickly talk about Napoli. Before we obviously get the Spurs boys in.
Yes.
So here are some things about Napoli worth knowing. Scott McTominay obviously wins MVP. And by the way,
MVP.
against Cagliari, he has scored. This was the ultimate match. It had come down to the wire, as Ravi Shastri would eloquently put it.
Yes.
And what a time to score one of
And
the
what
most
a finish.
incredible scissor kick goals that I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
Yes.
So take that, Garnacho. Um, he has finished MVP, deserved. 12 goals, I think, in Serie A, or 13 goals maybe. Napoli wins their fourth title. Conte becomes the first manager to win the league title in Italy with three different
Three
clubs.
teams, yes.
And Cunha Kvaratskhelia has won the Scudetto and the Liga in the same season.
Oh yeah, of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Cunha is the man.
Cunha has killed it. So I think Champions League will Cunha ko to confirm.
Superb. People are saying
Confirm.
there are a couple of early super chats got missed. Swarang says that Villa's performance has to show you, Azim, no manager in the world can fix the eternal commitment flux of the majority of the squad and the abysmally low tech plus physical floor. Ragnick was always correct. But then फिर
Also,
कोई solution निकालो ना यार. सब लोग Ragnick is correct बोलते रहेंगे तो फिर do something about it, no? Call
Uh,
Ragnick only and ask what the solution is. I mean, what else do you do? You keep saying open
okay,
heart surgery, तो करो ना surgery. अगर पता है करना है तो करो.
so okay, would you like to hear more United stuff?
Wait, I'll do Ninad's super chat because that got missed. He says, दिल को तो कब से टूट गया था. मैच का रिजल्ट तो बस खुद से समझौता था. अब क्या ही करेगा ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस जब हमारा मैनेजर रूबिन दास अथावले था. और टॉक नो रिजल्ट. 100% agree. 100% agree.
Okay.
Hmm.
By the way, so here's a fun talking point. This is Jamie Carragher saying, it could suit everyone if Amorim and United shook hands and walked away. Backing him would require huge investment to sign players suited to
Yes.
a system that is uncommon among the elite of Europe. If
Yes.
he underperforms again next season, his successor will most likely revert to a back four.
Yes.
And yeah, that's exactly what Azim has been
Exactly
saying.
what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Am I
Uh,
Jamie Carragher? Guys, can I replace Jamie Carragher on overlap?
I think it's time.
Jamie Carragher and me have same amount of Premier League titles, so I think I'm a worthy contender.
Okay, here is another amazing stat. This gentleman was played the Europa League final in 2016-17, lost. He then played the Champions League in 2020, 22-23, lost. He then played the Europa League final in 24-25, lost. This gentleman is Andre Onana, who is the only
Oh,
player in football
Nana.
history to reach 3 European finals with 3 different clubs and lose every single one.
Damn.
So, yeah, I think Onana ही पंवती था, main पंवती.
Well,
Okay, one more United thing. Um, Now we hear from. Oh, this is an amazing stat. Are you ready for this,
I don't
Azim?
think I am. Yes.
And everybody, all United supporters in chat, brace yourself. So at Will Jeans wrote this. It says Johnny Evans' departure means that next season will be the first at Manchester United since 73-74 without a player who played for the club under Alex Ferguson.
Oh, wow. So who was carrying on before in
74.
the season before Evans? Oh, that was Cristiano.
Cristiano was there. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I mean, I think that also is something that needed to happen only. Also, guys, we need to stop showing camera of Alex Ferguson now. Every day he just keeps getting older and older and sadder and sadder. I think it just tarnishes his legacy just to show him reacting to this Manchester United every time.
Yeah, that 1,000 year stare, you saw it?
Yeah, yeah. तो प्लीज आई थिंक फर्गी जी के लिए एक बहुत पैसा ही मस्ट हैव मेड थ्रू हिज लाइफ, तो एक अच्छा एक आईमैक्स बना के दे दो उनके घर में सो दैट ही कैन जस्ट गो एंड सिट एंड वॉच देयर एंड थ्रो शूज एट द स्क्रीन एंड डू वट एवर ही नीड्स टू डू. But please now I think he needs to be spared the humiliation of reacting to what this club is doing every week on camera.
So we had a very heated debate on the Oil Money members Telegram channel.
Hmm.
The heated debate was basically about the two perspectives on Alejandro Garnacho.
Hmm.
Okay, the tongue master himself. Um, so the 2 points of view, the 2 points of view were basically this. Okay, one camp said that Alejandro Garnacho has a very promising future. He's a very talented youngster who can provide amazing goals and outlet in terms of transition football, etc.
Yeah.
And he's 20. So,
Yeah.
so what if he does bachkana things like saying we are shit and I want to leave and this sucks
I
and I
mean,
don't.
for me at least that shows that he cares no little.
But he cares only for himself, not the club, is what I think. That's my perspective. Second,
ठीक है.
Camp said कि you should not tolerate prima donnas in club, especially not 24-year-old, 20-year-old prima donnas who are concerned more with their personal brand and legacy rather than club. So if he wants out, let him get out. Firstly, Azim, where do you stand on it? And Chad, where do you stand on it?
I mean,
Garba
again, I think
out?
it's unfortunate that he will be the one to go because purely PSR rules, you'll get all the full money to spend on other people. So if you get 40 million over him, you amortize it on players over 5 years, you technically get 500 million. I mean, what
I
200
think you
million to
guys
spend.
will be amoremitizing.
Amortizing, yes, because we'll be paying for them after he leaves also. Fucking.
I'm a
But
remitizing.
amortizing. That's Manchester United accounting
Hashtag.
jargon.
Uh,
So yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's unfortunate because there was a player there for sure. I think he's not really particularly worked in the system, and I think he is one of several players whose confidence has been really
completely
knocked.
shattered.
Yeah, completely shattered. Hoyland is the same. We've seen that with Zirkzee also at some point. So literally all our attacking players have zero confidence apart from one Ahmad, who pops up and scores the occasional goal. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think at this point he is the most likely and the most sellable asset apart from Anthony, which says something.
Which brings me to the last piece of United news. Anthony, on his experience at Real Betis. Here at Betis, I'm happy when I go to sleep and when I wake up. All day, I'm happy. I don't know what's going to happen with my future, but I'm so happy here. These fans are incredible.
Yeah,
Never seen
and
him this happy.
now wait for him to start next season playing right wing back.
Oh, shit. But
Uh,
this was a shop window loan, right? So I'm assuming either Betis or somebody else comes in.
yes, all Betis
And if you
are
get
off.
30,
Okay, chalo, समय आ गया है. It
oof.
is time.
Actually, Joel आ
It
गया है.
is time. Joel आ गया है. समय नहीं आया है. And Anirudh, I'm sending you also. Oh no. Oh no.
अरे टी शर्ट वी शर्ट पहन के जोएल कम ऑन जरा फुल स्क्रीन किया जाए अरे 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 अरे
I'm very
ओह
happy that Joel's. Oh no, I thought your mic was on mute, and I was not going to tell you. But come on, rebel, Joel. I'll give you 5 minutes. Say whatever you want. Don't just do
I
this for
mean,
the.
I just feel like a
my
70-year-old
god
woman
Wait,
of.
okay, wait. A little reduced microphone. I know you're
little
Oh,
excited, but it's.
well, actually, increase my level because I thought, okay, let me.
please don't increase
Now is this good?
Yeah, very good, very
yes
nice, very
perfect
nice.
Okay.
wonderful
No, I mean, I just feel like a woman who'd never give birth gave a birth. So, if that
Yeah,
means
no,
anything,
I'm
what
very
an
happy.
analogy to
I'm very
start with
happy for Joel.
Joel
Did
what
you
you
an
know,
cry,
you
Joel?
know,
Did you cry?
I got emotional
He
right about
cried.
when
Come on,
Vicario
he
was gonna
cried.
take the free kick because I knew after the free kick there was gonna be a whistle, right?
Yeah,
Not free kick, sorry, goal kick. But I was so happy. I genuinely feel a subplot in my life has like ended
yes,
because to be honest, I really at some point thought that I'll never get to see them, or at least did not get to see them in my youth, and which I really wanted to. And yeah, I mean, so first time I was really sure about was when actually United beat Sevilla, right? Not Sevilla, Atletico Bilbao.
Bilbao.
Because
Bilbao.
I feel like beating Atletico Bilbao in their stadium would be very tough. But United and Tottenham are like the worst teams in the Premier League. I think both are way horrible than the three relegated team because they took their relegation and they left. We,
Yeah.
we,
Yeah,
we are
actually,
like
it's a 17 team league right now. Both those three don't count at all at this point.
yeah, but I'm so happy. Obviously, there are many questions regarding next season, but for now,
Hey
I'm gonna take all the
Joel
happiness and
एक बात बता
yes.
did you see the 2008 League Cup final which they won
So I didn't see the game live because I don't think they
were you a Spurs fan back
telecast.
then 2008
This was 17
Yeah,
years ago, so
17 years
that
ago
this was
was
2007 or 9, I think.
8
Because I'll tell you what, because my father had a job then in Hong Kong or somewhere.
hmm,
So my mother used to go to the cyber cafe to video call him. So, but she should not use the computer. She should just use the mic and the webcam. So I should just go and look up Tottenham scores and football score. And that was when Jonathan Woodgate that 2-1. I didn't see the game. I
yes,
saw the highlights then. But I think Chelsea had scored first in the game, then Tottenham
yeah.
scored, and then Woodgate had that
so
rowdy header where the keeper is somewhere, the ball is somewhere, and he's somewhere.
so
So
you-
yeah,
for, so for 17 years you've been this almost like second best team right like almost there not
it's
quite
also I think the first time since then Tottenham has scored in any final
That
ever.
is
I
true.
feel.
I mean, technically, you didn't score. Luke Shaw only scored
I
the
mean, the
greatest
the
finish of all
zero
time.
became one in any final.
Did you
I
see
don't.
this? They
Man,
won't even give you that.
nothing can make me happier
Harpo.
or sadder at this point. Because genuinely, because I'll tell you what happened. I was watching this live. Okay, I didn't want to go for a screening because I thought like,
Yeah.
it's just not. I don't know. I've never seen like a good match in a screening. So I was like, if so I was seeing this, and I think around 91, 92, United get like a corner. I feel, and I feel like my body and my thoughts are like separate because I cannot believe what what I'm going to see. So what I wanted to see versus what I thought I was gonna see was so different because Tottenham fans are just not used to crossing over the line, right?
Yeah.
So when that finally happened, I just took two beers at 95th minute because because every cover got you four beers, so I drank one each half. And at the end, I had one half and I got the last beer. And when
And
he
you
took
did
the
stone
goal kick,
cold.
I just started spraying everywhere. So yeah, lost 700 rupees on that celebration, but it's okay.
It's okay. 700
Man.
is worth it.
But tell me
Yeah.
something, like I think this is an interesting perspective which you don't get to hear of very often. Clubs where like Tottenham, right? Where like or supporters of clubs like Tottenham, where you go for these extremely long stretches
Yeah.
without trophies, right? So like what does every season feel like? When you're not winning? Like what does
We
actually we
have
can ask
one
Azim
more.
that
We
as well.
have. Oh, listen, please, too soon. But we have Anirudh also on the call, who is our resident Spurs fan. So you have Spurs takeover finally. Oh ho 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 ho. Ho.
What's up, Anirudh? Oh my God,
Hello, hello,
this felt
hello.
like
This is the
when me and
moment.
Mikhail Almeida were on the lineup.
This was that the butterfly effect moment, no, that caused
Yep,
all the every domino to fall in Europe if Son had
yep.
scored here.
Oh,
I'm
is it
not
the
as
City
eloquent as
versus?
you. Yep, I'm not as eloquent as Azim, but I tried to use the others approach to
I
Very
know
show
nice.
you
the
can
story
increase
of the
your
final.
levels a little
But
bit.
I really don't like this movement being brought up. Not like Anirudh, they should change it. But I feel like it removes so much focus from the main team to done it to like because it's a miss. And I
Yeah.
just feel like for this Tottenham trophy, oh great. For
Ah.
this start for this Tottenham trophy, I want no jokes. I want no trolls. I just want
Fair.
pure embracement of the
Yeah.
fact
Yeah.
that it's
What
a sincere win. There is no
Deserved.
war bullshit happened. There's nothing
what do you
happened.
think?
This
What do you think of actually we should get your thoughts on Ange as well, man. Like I think he was spectacular last season. I think he like something weird happened this season. I think most of it was injuries, as Anirudh has pointed out.
I, w-
Um,
I have prepared for this
but say,
question.
say, say. Huh.
So I'll begin with saying that was it Ange out? Am I Ange in or am I Ange out? My whole thing was Ange should be out if he does not win the Europa. Okay, because there is nothing to class for the next season. There is zero positive. But I feel once that he's won the Europa, he has to stay. Okay,
Why?
because the thing is, if he wins the if he okay, Carabao Cup, Carling Cup, whatever it was called back then, is not a major trophy, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
a Europa is a major trophy.
Mm.
So technically, you could see this is the first trophy you have won after 41 years. And for every time, everything was like Tottenham should win a trophy. Okay, and Ange had said a very nice thing in his interview. It's like for Tottenham to finish second in the league might not mean as much a trophy win would do for the club.
Yep.
And that is very true because Tottenham have finished second in 2016-17. It didn't change anything. They
Yeah.
have finished third. They finished fourth under
It's
the
like a
Conte
curse.
thing also.
Yeah, it's like a curse that's lifted almost.
Yeah, Tottenham doing well in the league has not been like the most off. They did well in the Leicester season also. Like they have finished second, third quite some many times in the last 10 years, but they have not won something undeniably, which everyone can say, like you won something,
Yeah.
right? So once somebody does that, then you cannot shift goalpost or something like that where you're like, no, but the league, you're shit, right? Because yes, he was shit, and I will address that. So I feel for that reason, you just cannot remove and you have to give Mansell because the whole squad is not something else. All the shit players started playing very well. Bisumo had a horrible season, was phenomenal in the last. He was very good in the finals. He was very good in the
Yeah.
semi-finals as well. So you can't then suddenly take the main player, because I feel if you remove Ange, Romero goes. If you take Ange, also then what are you telling the next manager who comes to Tottenham that you can win a trophy and still be fired? That's
Yes.
not Tottenham's audacity to do it. Like that's just not. They cannot afford to
That's
do that.
wonderfully self-aware. But I just want to point out about the league season that you have had statistically. Tottenham Hotspur have lost 22 league games this season, which is the most ever by a team that avoided relegation in a 38 game Premier League campaign.
Wow,
That's
that's
fucking
insane.
crazy.
So yes, I'll come to that. But again, if you see, I think Tottenham fans have always asked themselves, would you want a top four finish or a cup or a major cup win, right? And you have a top four, and then what happens? Right? Again, you can say you can win a cup and what happens, but the cup is what is to happen, right? So you can't be like, and I just feel like I feel Tottenham could have really improved their league position if they wanted to in the second half once Romero and Van der Ven started playing. But clearly, Ange was not playing Romero and Van der Ven for the last 7, 8 league matches or something, right? He was clearly like, he just didn't. Davis and Danso and he was playing Davis and Archie Gray, who's a center defensive midfielder at center back. It was very clear, and that the gamble he did paid out. And once your gamble pays out, you have to reward that person. You cannot take it back from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also
no,
the
for
thing
sure.
is, people are like, you fire Ange. Okay, who are you gonna fire him for?
Correct.
Thomas Frank is the name. You don't fire somebody who's won a Europa League after 40 years to get a Brentford manager, who last season I think they finished 16th. Okay. Marco Silva also, I think, got relegated with Wolves or someone or some team, whatever. So you are getting Ange out, who's done something that probably will again not happen. It's like a Haley's Comet. And you want to get a mid table manager. Okay, sure. If this happens, and if you've managed to get, and this is highly ambitious, you get Tuchel who's available in the market and ready to join.
Or a
There's
Xavi,
an
maybe.
again, yeah, sure, Javi is, but I'm saying like, do you remove? I mean, these are not the names you remove.
No,
Somebody who's won a trophy for.
I agree with. I agree with the sentiment. I always felt like Ange was a good manager. I don't know. I don't know to what extent it was simply injuries or to what extent the Premier League figured him out. I don't know.
I
Uh,
can answer if you want, but yeah, if you
Yeah, yeah,
but
want.
please
please.
tell,
No,
tell,
tell
tell.
now, because even
Answer
I've
now.
been trying to
Yeah.
understand this.
So I'll tell you what happens. I feel in the basically everyone called Ange just a uni plan man, right?
Yeah.
Like he had one plan. The way he played the Europa, he destroyed those humors, right? Because since the Frankfurt knockout round, I think it was a quarter final, his fullbacks have never inverted once in the game. If you saw the United game, Poro was hugging the sidelines. If you see the Bodo Glimt game also, they were playing like some 2008 Mourinho uh, Inter Milan team. Like it's not how Ange have played against him. The way he was, and I feel in the league, Tottenham centre back pairings, I would go, and I might be mocked for this. I mean, I will be. In Romero and Van der Ven, you cannot upgrade that centre back pairing without spending 80 to 100 million in this market.
But I agree.
Right. So the thing is, when you don't have these two players for the whole season, you don't have Udogie for the whole season. Your keeper is out for 21 games for the whole season. Your right back is in there. Your center in your midfield. I mean, an 18-year-old Bergwall has to play some 25 games. Archie Gray has to play 30 games. Your strike force, Richarlison has been injured. So I mean, like Mikey, like it's this whole season has to be a write-off on some level. See, obviously there is a fair this thing even under injuries. You cannot finish 17. That is true, but He has won the Europa League to just quantify that loss of this thing.
Yeah,
The
no, I mean,
league.
I think for him, he made it clear also that, listen, we're putting everything into the Europa League basket, and the league we don't particularly care about. And you could see even the game before the Europa League final, you all made like what, some 7 or 8 changes to
Yeah,
the
the,
team.
almost like the whole. And Son played left wing because Son was clearly injured to play the Europa final.
Yeah. What do you think, Anirudh? What was your feelings overall about why it's gone wrong in Premier League?
Yeah, I think I shared last time, right? Like, on the chat that I think we only had like 9 players or 9 first team players, including Archie Gray and Bergwell, who were not even in the plans. They were like supposed to be in the subs most of the time, right? So they were playing for 3 months with 9 players, and then clearly, if Anne says now that they have prioritized the league or the Europa League over the league or over the league, right? I think he's getting trolled for that, but it completely makes sense because, as we see, right, like even Van der Ven came back out in February, like after that Liverpool second leg, right? That's when most of the team came back,
Yeah.
but he never played that team in Premier League. He's getting trolled for that now, but it completely makes sense. And to add to what Joel said, right? Like I wouldn't have even sat after reaching the final, right? I know winning trophy is a big deal, so no point now to even talk about his sack. And he even said that yesterday, like even though I'm in a position of this right now, like it doesn't make sense to me, like why people are even asking or questioning my future because I have won a trophy. Like I've given this to the club after 40 years. I mean, they are saying 17 years. Again, I don't get the sentiment of that League Cup. I don't credit that. You don't even get Europa
Agreed.
League or anything with that, right? So
Yeah.
there's okay for a club like Crystal Palace and maybe I don't like B tier, C tier club. It
Like
makes
Manchester
sense for
United, just
that,
say
but
it. Come on.
no, not really.
Just
Like
just a fact
in all
about the
my
Carling Cup.
yeah,
When it was
yeah.
called the Carling Cup, Samir Nasri's 1 week salary was more than the prize money of the
Yeah.
Carling Cup.
Yes. Yes.
Hilarious. What a
Yep.
great stat.
Yep. So yeah, I'm completely with that. Like whatever Joe said, like I knew like you guys will invite me, right? So I was literally over the weekend writing all my thoughts on the phone, and Joel already said all of it. So all of that preparation just went to
Yeah, I
like
just had this phone.
I literally have like a full one note
But
for
no,
like yeah.
guys, but how does it feel to win the European trophy before Arsenal did it?
Come on.
I wanted to call Tushar
I
just for
think
this.
actually even like Joel said that last time, right? I don't think so. At least I don't feel that sentiment at all because I don't live in North London. I only
Exactly.
care about like I only care about shutting off who like basically come to haunt us. Right? For example, like United fans right now. I didn't even gloat about it to United fans because I understand where they are right now. But
Yeah.
and obviously I'm the minority on the group, so I cannot like do 1 versus 100 anymore. So I've already done that, left the group and came back, so I don't do it anymore.
But it's
So,
very funny to read like Arsenal and Tottenham banter because Tottenham fans have such a strong point. Like there was one guy, just one some Arsenal fan replied to Tottenham winning post saying, "We don't want the second class cup." And one guy replied, "But you haven't even won the first class cup."
It's true.
So, so it's very funny, and then like the Arsenal women's team won the Champions League,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that
Yep.
like and then like it's like all of the Arsenal fans try to one up it. Come on, with due respect, don't do that further. You already have villains in your men's team who you're shielding. You cannot. What is this?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But dude, we have to just on the mention of Arsenal women, they beat Barca Femini, dude, in the
Yeah,
Champions League
dude.
final. We
1-0
take
over.
some doing.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That takes some, but they have been building a very good women's team. Arsenal. We've been following this
Azim-
for a
Yeah,
while.
the Arsenal women's team also broke the thing. The only Barca and I think Inter's team used to keep winning, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got to show you guys a few things.
Are you
This
going to
is,
share
by the way,
screen?
this is, by the way, not in any way to take away from the task of winning the thing. That is still enormous, but it also kind of gives a little bit of perspective, okay, as to the achievement of both these clubs in reaching the final and what they were up against. This is the combined purchase value of Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur versus all their Europa League opponents.
Hey, but there's also a counter to this.
No, correct. I'm just saying that this is a very interesting perspective. Like the Premier League alone, right?
Yeah.
These are just like, and Manchester United, ठीक है. Tottenham is not like the pinnacle of the Premier League, and it's still like miles ahead of all of these other should put
Crazy.
clubs. So yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, what is the counter to it?
The
think
counter
just
is, man,
one.
a
Go
player
ahead.
that gets sold for 40 million to Tottenham gets sold for 3 million in Italian league.
Correct.
This is true.
So
Correct.
Ayoza Perez, right now, I think he's in the La Liga Premier. This thing. If he goes and plays to some other club in the La Liga, he gets sold for 7 million. If United try to buy him, he's 73 million.
Yeah,
It's
this is
straight
true.
up big, right? So the prices are very like, it's suddenly Japanese yen in what you're paying for when they come to Premier League. So it's not I mean, come on. And but yeah, but
That
sorry,
is-
I think one more point I didn't bring up on the league thing, but I feel say anything. How we played in the league was horrible. And even with at certain times, because I feel the way Tottenham, even in the first 5, 6, 7 game when we had a full squad and all, the way Tottenham was conceding goals with the exact same how they're conceding last time and all. And I do feel it's a mistake of the coach because it's like he's trying the same thing and expecting different results. Like the first game against Leicester, the way I think Vardy scored, I don't know who scored, but I remember it was a 1-1 game. And against
Vardy.
Newcastle again, then I think Tottenham lost. It's the same goals because your fullbacks invert, then that your channels are open, and it's the same pulling back to there's nobody on the far post, so it's
Hey,
it's
this
these
is how we
ugly
were
goals.
conceding all the goals again under Ten Hag also. Same only this was happening.
Exactly. So the thing is, that's on the coach 100%. Like he has to figure out way. Tottenham did become predictable from the last season. They were not offering anything new against settled possession and all, and they have to do it. But I also feel this is time for the club to do what they didn't do when Tottenham reached the 2019 Champions League final. Right? That was a time where Tottenham were at the I would not say pinnacle because they didn't win then something, and now they've still won the Europa, which is not the Champions League, or they didn't win like a Premier League like Liverpool did or
These are
something.
the
But
Pochettino
again, they are
years.
at yeah, like again they are at a position where they're attractive again, right? They're playing, they won something, and they're gonna be playing in Champions League as a
Champions League.
17th. Yeah, so all of those you have this.
So there are
This is the
6
time.
English clubs in the Champions League.
And this is a time you have to, like Danny Levy has to just buy 3 first team players and
Which
three first team
positions do you wish to
left
strengthen?
wing. I have also prepared for left wing. You have to buy a
Yep, I have
75
it too.
million winger who
75
comes
million.
and
What is this weird specific number?
because yes, that's a first team player who comes like
Yep.
who just does not have any like
Rodrigo?
Son is no longer taking the spot, right? It was very
Yep.
hard to get anyone for left wing, like how it was very hard to get anyone for striker until Harry Kane was. Now Son is done, right? He's not starting Europa League final. He's not gonna start 38 games in Premier
Yep.
League. He'll start maybe 15 of it. You need someone, and you need okay. Now again, these names will sound ridiculous, but you
Rodrigo.
need somebody, a profile of somebody like Rafael or Kwara Shakti or someone who comes
Yeah.
and is a straight up big player.
Rashford,
Yep.
Rashford is for sale. Come on, guys. I think
I know everyone is
Sancho,
pointing, like,
Sancho,
to
guys.
Grealish.
Rashford, Sancho.
I don't want
Dono le
Grealish.
lo.
I don't want Grealish.
No,
Like,
not
I'm
Grealish.
good with anyone except Grealish, but whenever this English player comes in the market, right?
Garnacho,
every
Garnacho,
English
left
fan
wing.
is
We have
We
three
don't
for
want.
sale.
I don't want Tottenham to be a resurrecting ground. Like
Yeah.
no, it's like
We have
Timo
tried
Werner. No,
we have tried Richarlison. We don't need Grealish.
no, I don't think
now.
Richarlison was a
And
resurrection signing, but whatever, it was different. But I feel like you don't like. I feel like there needs to be like a 75 million signing, like who
Yeah.
comes in and just you tell him that listen, you get 200K per week, you get to play in the Champions League, and you have no competition. You have to come here and make it like how like
Okay, let's
you
ask
need
AI.
somebody who will own the position, like Madison is doing it for the number 10 position. So you have to get someone, you have to sell someone, you
No,
have
I
to
also
take.
think I also think that you will benefit from picking people from slightly like in the Premier League but lower clubs. Like if you
no,
pick
but
a
Hans said that.
Mbuemo
Hans said that
or
they
a
need experience. They said
नहीं
they need
यार
experience
एम्बू
and you
एम्बू
don't
एम्बू
need
एम्बू
sign.
नहीं एम्बू
Yeah.
एम्बू बो नहीं यार मतलब this is a see
we,
Tottenham
he
can
scored
always
20 goals.
Are Tottenham can always get an Mbombo. It will never be away, right? But this is the only season when Tottenham can get somebody like a marquee European winger,
Yep.
and this is when you spend 75 million on it.
Yep.
Fair.
I don't have any
I like
names
a
for
Leao.
it.
Leao would be a step in the right direction. I agree.
Right? Somebody
Then
who
what is
comes
the
and just rips the one.
second position?
Second is number 6. Okay.
6. Okay.
You need basically ideally if you can bring someone from the past life, you have to go and get Musa Dembele who can just come and play
We are
number.
getting a player though. For that,
What?
we already have Cardoso from Betis. Like it's almost signed
Oh,
because we
he's a
have
good
that
player,
deal,
dude.
right?
Cardoso.
30 million.
But
Yeah,
is he?
Yep.
Johnny
Azim
Cardoso, you're
Cardoso.
getting. Oh, yeah, I want.
Hey,
Yeah.
once again, Tottenham already have a 13 million
They have a
first buy
deal.
option. Yeah.
Yep.
When they
We
sold
need to just agree personal
Lo
terms. Yep.
Celso. But once again, is he
Yep.
that good though?
He's good.
Yep.
He's good.
He is very good.
So this is what AI has suggested. Interestingly, AI is saying Luis Diaz,
No.
Oh,
Eberechi Eze.
Yeah.
Yep.
but
100%.
he's not a left winger. He's more of a pocket midfielder.
Yeah, but we need that because like
Nico
Madison
Williams,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nico
Yeah,
Williams.
Nico Williams.
Pedro Neto.
Why
No,
not?
And
No,
of course, as
no.
you said, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. Hey, Mitoma would be nice for y'all. I think one Asian
Yeah.
for
Mitoma is old,
another.
no? He's 28 now.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't spend 75 million on 28 unless it's the United will go and buy
Guys, I have
Ronaldo.
said
What
Rodrigo 4
age?
times on this
28.
stream, and nobody has said
Rodrigo is a
absolutely.
right winger.
He's a left
He's a
winger
right.
who we have been shoehorning, breaking his legs and making him play on the right.
By then, the Real Madrid plays in 4-4-1-1-1. All
Hey,
three
Apan,
left.
we have 3 left wingers who are playing across our front three. Make of that
Yeah.
what you will.
It's a. But yeah, sorry. So the
We have
number
3
six. See,
left
again, I've
wingers who
not
are
seen.
not playing in our first team. Kautuk, we have completely
But
opposite
Kautuk,
problem.
the next player would be Cardoso. I mean, number 6. But I've not seen Cardoso play,
He's
so
good.
I
Oh,
don't
dude,
want
he
to.
is amazing. I really wanted him for United. He's
Press resistant.
excellent.
Is he
Excellent
that
player.
press
Ferguson
resistant
went in
though?
for
He's superb, dude. He was
Press
really, really good.
resistant. He's very like ball progressing. Very good.
और
Good.
13 million का ना
all
वो अपने को
action.
we hired for 30
Steal it
million.
is,
Who's the
dude.
third?
Steal.
Who's the
30,
third?
30.
Okay, there's 4. The third you have to
Ac-
you have to find a Madison deputy because Madison cannot play 30 games a year.
But your
He has
defense
this,
is fine.
Defense
I feel
pay
on
said, no,
paper
is fine.
see defense pay there is in the there I'll finish Madison ka thing quickly. You need a 40 million player, okay, who will come and play under Madison, but he also has to play thoda in the pockets. Who can like for example, there is Madison who if Madison plays well, I think he's as good as anyone in the world. That's what I think. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is Madison, but I don't want an academy player playing for him. I think there needs to be someone like so it will be nice to get Eze because I feel they can play similar roles. And Eze can also have enough versatility to play on the right wing, left wing, whenever. So it's great. And yeah, and I feel at the number 8, there's enough players, man. There's Bergwall, I feel, who's gonna be phenomenal next year.
भगवान क्या
There's
खेलता है?
Benton.
विंग पे कि सेंटर है?
He's central mid.
I
no?
thought
Central.
he's central mid. He has played number 6, but I still feel like he has the superstar quality to play number 8. He has I to feel like he attributes his physical at 18. Man, when he's playing good, he's also 18, so he's not gonna be playing good every weekend. But
We are
yeah,
soft
and then
linked with Xavi Simons.
So-
Soft linked.
Xavi Simons. Yeah, that's a nice name.
Yep.
Hmm.
He's
so
also
yeah,
the
so
same
this
profile.
sorry. So sorry, yeah, and that's the thing. The right wing, I feel we messed up right wing hard when we brought Brennan Johnson. I know he scored all of this, but I feel the moment we got Brennan Johnson, we messed it up because he's still at the end of the day he's a one-dimensional winger who can only run in a straight line. I love him as a second half player when you brought him, but there is no ball retention. He's never gonna give you a very good pass. He has the right to left wing cross. Forget it. That's a depressing
But
question.
doesn't
No one discuss
Kulusevski
it.
play from the right wing for y'all?
So he has, but he's very effective as a number 10 also. Okay. So
Why
that's
don't
why.
you?
But
I think it would be funny just to see Tottenham put in one bid for Lamine Yamal. I think we should try. Just
I think we can all put a bid for Lamine Yamal and
Okay,
expect
Mason
same
Mount
results.
lega kya as deputy for James Madison?
Nope.
You know, when I saw United squad in the finals and I saw Tottenham squad, I was like, who's gonna score for Tottenham? Okay. And the only name I was like, Johnson, which is very depressing. And he scored.
Inverted.
Then I looked up United squad. And I was like, who's gonna score for United? Like there is zero name. Hoyland is not gonna score in a final, is what you think. Okay. Then Mason Mount is just not gonna score anytime soon. Okay. Then who's the Amad Diallo, no?
Yeah,
the guy?
Ahmad was probably the only goal threat we have at this point.
He was that guy, and he was, I think, running Udogi thoda chakris. But then when I saw Bruno Fernandes behind with Casemiro, it was such a relief. Because
That's why I'm saying he missed such a trick by playing him there. There was no need for Mount. He just had to put the Ahmad and Bruno behind Hoyland.
In fact, like we had done a preview of this game and we had kind of like come to the same conclusion that if you had to swap out players between teams, then the only guy or maybe 2 players who are making it to Tottenham are Bruno and one more. Who was it? Azim, Bruno and Maguire?
Bruno and probably, I mean, one
Mazraoui.
of those only.
Someone.
One of
But
those.
it's not like Tottenham had a great team for the final anyways. So it's
But you're
Yeah, I
not
still
a
better
and
flex.
y'all had
man
no
for
bench
man.
strength, barely any bench strength compared to what United in theory had on the bench. We had lot of like almost a fully fit squad if you take out like the three Delict and Lisandro Martinez and one more. That was pretty much it. We had like our full squad.
I
over
feel the
there.
difference maker for both the teams when the main quality gaps which I saw was obviously if Bruno had have played in the number 10, that's a clear quality gap.
Yeah.
But Bruno as a number 8, it's like
Doesn't work. He picks
you're
up
making him
once.
play against Bissouma, Pape Matesar, and and Benton Core. They are just runners of the ball.
And like
It's
when you
not easy
have
to
the
play.
battler on the, you had Ugarte who's been playing throughout the season. So unless he was injured, I find it
तो
absurd that
पापे
he
सार
went.
का एक ही यूएसपी है, वो भागता है और ठाप करके ड्यूल जीतता है, and that's it. And he put a great cross, so it's awesome. But I feel the main stark contrast between United and Tottenham was the centre back and the goalkeeper, because I think Tottenham defense played very well. That Van der Ven had a great this thing, and Tottenham keeper had some very good movements. And I think United's keeper, man, I think he just has to go.
Yeah.
It just not worked for him.
Yeah, no, we
Anirudh,
had to. There was a lot of times where there was such indecision between Euro and Onana, where you're like, "Ki, what are they doing? How are they getting away with this every time?" But yeah, I mean, that Van de Ven clearance was just insane, man. Too good.
See, I feel,
Insane
to be honest,
athleticism.
how it looked live, I didn't think it was like
Anirudh is just going to be leaving. So thanks for joining in, Anirudh. It's a work day where he's at. So uh, congrats again on winning. We'll continue the
Yes.
discussion, but thanks for coming.
Yes,
Yeah,
thanks,
thank you for
Anirudh.
see
having
you,
me. Okay,
Anirudh.
come on, you
Chalo
Bye
start.
yaar,
I
aaj to
joined.
aapka din hai.
bye.
But
Ah.
Okay.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
saying Kautuk.
I have to also bring up two unbelievably Spursy moments that happened post the final. True Spursy moments. Okay. So the first one was this: the European football governing body has apologized and said that the clubs had been informed that only 30 medals will be presented on stage to each club. Tottenham sent more players, and so Son and Bentancur and a few more did not get medals.
No. I thought the Tottenham का third keeper Alfie Whiteman didn't get, but I
Son
think they would
also
have just gone and tell Alfie, तेरा medal दे
They
और
would
Sonny
swap
पहनेगा.
inside.
oh,
Yeah, they are not. Man, in no point is Tottenham's even second choice keeper gonna get for Sonny and Bentancur who played this thing.
yeah.
Daniel
one.
Levy सब फाड़ता था उसके गले से.
The second Spursy moment was, so Tottenham are so not used to having trophies that when Son lifted the European Cup, he hit his head.
No, but in
But
his defense, the cup doesn't have handle here. It's a very hard trophy to lift. Why would
yeah,
you make a
it's a
trophy that
vase.
you can't lift? Because I think nobody in Europe wants to. But no. I
But
don't
once
say that.
again, if you want to hear one more funny medal story, yeah, this is that one when Zidane was the coach, and I think it was that one where Bale scored that thing. Zidane is such a father. He got his son, and for the final, he made him a third
Ah,
choice keeper.
Yeah.
So
ah,
when the medal came, he got a Champions League medal. And I'm like, now that is a father I respect.
Yes.
Who'll just go shameless level to make his
Nepo,
son feel something.
Full nepotism.
That beats every medal story I've ever heard.
do we have any Tottenham related super chats?
Let me check. There should be a few. The do we have? One second, hold on.
By the way, they had put up a tifo, no? United fans, which I think they are now to retire.
But man, being a United fan, I mean, this is sad upon for me also. But I'm saying it must be so hard, because now suddenly I didn't realize that day when I was telling Azim, which Tottenham is the same issue. When for the last 10 years you spent billions buying players for a 4-4-3-3 formation,
Yeah, we were just
and
talking
now
about.
this 3-4-3 dinosaur comes. Now you are spending a
I've been
lot of
bitching
money to
about
get
this only. I've been bitching
these
about this
specialized
only.
players, and now if next season doesn't play, now you have
Exact.
players basically like Zappa Costa
Yes,
and
exactly.
Jack Doherty who have no. It's like you can make a very good it's a very specialized player required for this thing
I've been saying
system.
exactly this.
And it's going to be tough, man, for United if they don't start hitting next year. And I don't know how they're going to do it. But that's why Harry Maguire and all, they got to realign up, right? Whichever Tottenham got when Conte came, like Eric Dyer,
Yeah.
all of this, because you need that one extra center back.
Yeah.
And man, for United, it's going to be tough to play in that.
Tough.
And I feel Ruben Arorim, whatever his name
Ruben
is.
Amortiz, let's call him.
He seems like a nice guy who was like the Hotel California moment for him. He does not he does not have it in him to meet the devil. And that's what meeting United is for him. I think he's too nice for the job. I think he should get out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. So lots of people are saying that, oh, we should get rid of him now, same way that we had said get rid of Ten Hag last season and now rebuild with a new manager. But I don't think, again, now how much mixed messages you'll give to the players also. To be like, nahi, yehi hai, yehi aadmi, kuch na, dekh, yehi khelna padega, we don't care this, that. And then now you go and sack him again, then player power increases even more.
Yes.
So
But
I
a good
think,
reason for that to not happen this time is the same reason for Postecoglou to not get fired. Who is your top tier totem pole manager in the market? There's no one.
yeah, there's nobody. No? I mean,
Best
the
वाला
only
तो अपन
guy who
नहीं.
stands out is Xavi at this moment, but that's it.
Or Ange Postecoglou if he gets fired.
अरे बस
Or
कर
I
पगलू.
would take Ange.
हाँ.
Dude, at this point, I was just discussing with a friend of mine who was like, bro, I would have taken Southgate ball over this when he saw the Europa League final. But so now again, this
Quite
is
an
the thing.
admission.
Again, somebody else, I don't know who was talking about this, or were we discussing it? I don't know what, but basically they were like, okay, and this is why I talk about this PR of Amarim being so strong. Can you put, if a Southgate had come in the middle of the season and he had taken United from 4 points off the top four,
Yeah, it'd be.
he would be sacked. He would be sacked 10 games before the season ended.
His severed head would be hanging outside Carrington. That's what
So
would
there
happen.
is such weird PR around this manager that defies all logic to me. So I don't know. We'll see. I hope it would be amazing and outstanding if he does it, and I will be very happy to eat my words. But मेरे को नहीं लग रहा है, bro.
Yeah, it looks
I don't
very
get it.
unlike. I think it's
Speaking of
that whole.
managers who do success, देख लो
That
दोस्तों.
was a
Second
good
year.
one, dude. That was a good one.
देख लो
That was
दोस्तों. बस कर पगलू's second year.
Man, I though have a feeling that he's gonna become like this Alex Ferguson for Tottenham, and then one day he'll just die, and that will be the end.
Okay.
Because he's already 60 plus.
He's 62 now.
Yeah.
One day he will just die. But yeah, South Melbourne, second year, one trophy. NSL, Australia under 20s, OFC champions, Brisbane Roar, A-League.
Just look at those teams, man. They're abysmal.
Yeah, Yokohama, Celtic.
Yeah. But I think apparently after the Socceroos, like after he had some big falling out with the Australian team also, no? Where he won the thing and then he like quit immediately after or whatever.
Like Antonio Conte is gonna do to Napoli now with Scott McTominay as that was lovely to see.
MVP. I loved it. I was very happy for him. Finally
Scott
getting the
McTominay
credit he
said that
deserved.
one of the best things that's happened to him since he moved to Italy is that he started eating vegetables, and because tomato tastes awesome in Italy, and that made me like him so much.
So the
Because-
canteen was the reason. Ronaldo was right.
Oh, shit.
Man, but can I say one more thing? Man, not enough people speak or whatever. I think people have spoken, but I also want to speak. Is just how nicely Tottenham played the finals, man. I just feel like they played it in a horrible way because there had nobody who could pass the ball. Because I'd seen Liverpool play the exact same way in 2019 against us.
Yeah.
It's like you get one freaky goal, which is it own goal? Is it a dirty goal? Is it a goalkeeper error? You don't care. But once you get that goal and you realize your opponent cannot score, which Tottenham could not in 2019, you just defend. And Liverpool, who were playing so aggressively the whole tournament, they scored 4 against Barcelona in the previous round. They came and Salah was defending, Mane was defending, Firmino was defending. Man, they were just playing long balls. They were just so sure that Tottenham would not score one more goal. And obviously that can backfire.
Yeah.
But I feel that's a hill to die on, man. And I think I remember I'd gone there with my friend and I was telling him, listen, if Tottenham win, the score is mostly gonna be 1-0 because the team who scores second in the final comes hard and the momentum shift and everything. Again, it's too much. Suddenly, the team who scores second thinks they're a goal up, right? And then you don't
Yeah.
want to come against it. And then United get Garnacho up, who should have started the game, of course, but now he's out of the club. It's funny. Yeah, it
Dude,
was
you should
great
buy
too.
Garnacho. Left wing bhi khelta hai be.
That's what the thing is. But I feel any player who goes out like that, I don't think Ange will touch him.
Fair.
Hmm.
और
Yeah,
सबसे
no, but
पहले
I'm happy for
Tottenham
Ange. I think
news.
he's good guy. He's now to he said na abhi picture abhi baki hai. Season 3 is always the best.
Yeah, but then also he said that listen, after winning the Europa, I don't discuss my job. So he knows Daniel
Yeah.
Levy is gonna come
Yeah,
for him.
yeah. He's the going. He's gonna fuck off. Spend one nice summer drinking beer in Australia, enjoy his life, come back. Good for him.
Yeah, now just pray that Tottenham gets like 3 very good first team players. Otherwise, again, this is gonna be a rubbish time.
Yeah, but also I think Newcastle have had a great season. That final shootout that happened between Nottingham and Chelsea. So Chelsea also through in
But can
Europe.
you enjoy Newcastle's success?
Yes.
I mean,
Why can't you?
I enjoy watching them. I think they're fun to watch.
Why can't you,
And
Joel?
I
What is
love
stopping you?
Isak. I love
Because
Isak.
I feel at the end, football is not serious as we
Huh?
think it is. I think at the end of the day, football is time pass. Okay.
But अच्छे तो खेल रहे हैं इसीलिए तो.
No, man, but I just feel that Qatari backed or Saudi backed thing, no. It's like for me
That
that
way, yeah.
ruins. So I feel
Yeah.
I just cannot, because I feel at some point, okay, obviously now it's FFP and all of those things, but at some point you're gonna feel like they're just gonna price you out of the market. It's gonna become like when PSG come for a player, you just raise your hand and don't get into the bidding wars. And they're gonna ruin it, man. And I
Yes,
just feel that
as
that's
a
when
poor club, Manchester United, I agree with this sentiment. As a club that can no longer bully clubs into buying
like
players.
that
Guys,
season where Newcastle almost got relegated. Then they brought Chris Woods from Burnley. The so they did not have a striker, and because of that reason, they got relegated. Like this never happens. And Newcastle,
That is
bro,
true.
it's like that was so mean. It's like Bayern Munich bought Lewandowski in the January window to win
Yeah.
against Dortmund.
dude,
And that was
for the last 3 seasons, Real Madrid's strategy has literally been we will shop for free agents. That
Yes.
free agents are high profile is nice, but ये क्या strategy है बे?
भाई इमेजिन तेरा प्लेयर है जो 12 गोल स्कोर किया है एंड तेरा पूरा स्ट्रैटेजी है हम लोग क्रिस वुड को क्रॉस डालने वाला है तेरे से एक ऊपर है आके बोलता है ये अभी हमारा है
Uh,
एंड दैट मनी विच दे पे फॉर क्रिस वुड इज द reparations to go down.
yeah, that's true. I think United also will have to do this by midway through the season when we're languishing 16th. हम लोग पूरा raid the squad
Yeah.
of Leeds United.
So I cannot enjoy Newcastle like that, man. And I really hope, like, it's like how people don't enjoy City winning. I think it's just Newcastle just aren't first.
Hey,
That is true.
Gandharva Raj has a great question. Joel, who do you think is the better coach now? Is it Poch or is it Ange?
I mean, coach, I think, again, I feel like your team's quality and your coaching is seen through an extended period of time. So until now, Pochettino's best first 11 has done, like, they finished second, they
Champions
finished
League
third. So
final.
I think till now, but I feel Tottenham got rid of Poch at the correct time because I don't think Pochettino has evolved as a coach since. So I feel Tottenham got rid of him at the right time, but then they got worse coach.
Messi ruined him, dude.
Sure.
His trajectory was perfectly fine until that fucking Messi came. Just
Man,
stagnated the thing.
the one thing was very good. Christian Romero fact is he's played 5 finals and he's won all. Christian Romero played the first final with Messi and he broke the jinx of Messi never winning international. And then he played another next final with Tottenham and he broke the jinx. So if you want the jinx to be broken, you pay 300 million to the jinx breaker, Romero.
Oh, no, excellent. Okay, chalo. I think we're gonna finish super chats. Thank you, Joel, for coming. Mazedar, enjoyed.
Very, very fun.
Very
And congrats,
congrats.
dude.
Very much
After like a
congrats.
long time. I think you're right. Like, fuck the League Cup that you won 17 years ago. I think this was
Man,
much
yeah, this
bigger
is
than
the
that,
real
much
one.
better than that.
And I'm so glad I got to see it live
Oh,
and not in the
joyous,
cyber
man.
cafe. I'm
Alright.
very
Yeah.
happy. It was great. My screen average screen time on my phone has become 12 hours, but I've allowed myself for the
Yeah, yeah.
next days. It's fine. It's fine. I will never feel this satisfied as a Tottenham fan
Ah,
for the next, I don't know how many years. Okay, again, Tottenham, if
beautiful.
they go on to win the Super Cup now, then, I mean, but
Oh
I don't think
yeah, you
that's going to
have Super
happen.
Cup also, which will
Is that
be
a real trophy? What do you all think? I don't think that's a
yeah,
community
yeah.
shield.
No, no, it's a trophy.
But
Sad
it's not a
tidings.
major trophy, it's a community shield.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh, but it's still like played against good opposition. So you're playing who either Inter or PSG. It'll be a good game.
Who
No.
It's a
does
good game.
who does I think okay, I think if at least against Inter there's some chance, but yeah, against PSG. Against PSG, Tottenham should just be like nahi, nahi, humko, nahi. Because it's just no. Just I think Inter they can at least hack
नहीं
something.
यार जोएल अब छोड़ दे वो सब ओल्ड हैबिट्स की नहीं यार हम नहीं compete करेंगे अब तू विनर है भाई अब तू विनर है जोएल मत भूल ये बात
Oh my God. Let's see. But again, I'm saying it right now. Whoever wins it, I don't think the Super Cup. At least for me, it's not. It's a major cop. It's just. It's a community shield. Like it's
It's
what
okay.
I don't
As
know.
somebody in chat is saying, if you win it, it's a real trophy. If you don't, it's not.
that's so correct
And that's what matters. See you
Yes.
guys. Bye bye.
Wonderful. Okay.
See,
Goodbye,
Bye.
Joel. So nice to see the joyousness of a youth who's been a Spurs fan since what 2008. So he must have been about 10 years old. So nice. Very wholesome.
you know it's like if you were a resident of Chernobyl and they finally said hey you can come back
Yeah.
all the radiation is gone
Yes. But now,
disaster
and you
is over
enjoy that 1 week where everything is great, and then you're like, "Arey shit, sala Putin aa gaya." Oh, Kautuk is stuck, or am I stuck? Is Kautuk stuck? Guys, please tell me, is Kautuk stuck, or am I stuck? Oh no,
I'm
it
stuck,
was
I'm
me.
stuck.
Okay,
I was stuck
okay, okay. All right. Then we had Kunal Mudgal, who I've also been arguing a lot with the Oil Money Group. He said, if you believe in the manager, you back him 100%, else cut your losses and move on. Disagree about Villa. We dominated before the Red 2. Again, yeah, one match does not define the season. If we had done this domination for 5 games before, I would have agreed with you. Acuna Matata
oh
says, कैसान बा कौतुक और अजीम भैया का हो भैया लोग स्वागत नहीं करोगे हमारा अब बनूंगा हम पिल्ली लोमड़ी से लाल राक्षस
अरे यार
GGMU इसकी माँ का
but by the way Akonia I feel and I might be wrong but I think it's such a awful signing
No, I think he's a good player.
I just
I think he'll fit into whatever this guy's planning to do. We definitely need a player. He's gonna play on that left side. He's gonna play where this Mount was playing. He's gonna play there, which is what is worrying me. Because if you're going to play whoever the striker is up top, you're gonna play Cunha and you're gonna play Ahmad behind him. Then, bro, you have to sell Bruno. Because you cannot Bruno Casemiro as a midfield is not sustained when he's not playing Ugarte. So then
correct
I guess you have
Casemiro
to
yeah
play Ugarte. You have to sell Ugarte also.
Casemiro also needs to go at this point
Yeah, yeah. So they all need to go, but how do you get rid of them?
man where
I
do
mean,
they
I
go
guess very nice to put Casemiro into shop window and all of that. And even Casemiro has been saying, "Oh wow, what a great redemption for me," and all of that. I'm like, bro, you still finished 15th only, yeah, and you didn't win anything. So great, very nice personal redemption for you. But come on, man, look at the bigger picture. But yeah, I mean, Cunha has 19 goals and 20 goals plus assists. So Cunha 19 and 20 goals plus assists in the PL last 2 seasons. Need a player like this. No, I agree. I'm not fully averse to Cunha. He is Premier League proven for 2 seasons, and well, he took Wolves to above United. थोड़ा temperament वगैरह का देखना पड़ेगा, but ठीक है, I think he is a good player. Like there is good skill, good ball carrying, good finishing. All of that is there, and he scores goals and creates goals, which is what we need. And again comes from 3-4-2-1 heritage. Oh yeah, Wolves are below United now. Correct. They were above until 2 days ago. So yes. Dominic Shaba Baba Moshai says, हम APL
Oh.
जीता, अब तुम convince करो हमको आने. Oh, plot twist.
इनफैक्ट डोमिनिक बाबू, अब तो मॉड्रिच भी गया, तो हमारे मिडफील्ड में अभी स्पेस हो गया है आप जैसे अमेजिंग मेट्रोनोमिक पासर के लिए। तो आप आ जाओ डोमिनिक बाबू,
अरे
हम
आप
साथ में बैठ के रसगुल्ला खाएंगे।
यस, पर आपका तो सिचुएशन फ्रॉम बैड टू वर्ड्स होने वाला है.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be the guy who will be sacrificed, no, for words to come in.
What's is coming? No, I don't think he would.
Because he's not playing the Salah position. Words is like the 10, na? And I think he's the most attacking out of the three midfielders that plays. Shabo Bobo.
There's also quick few transfer things that I want to get through. One is Kevin De Bruyne leaving City, legend.
Yes, and going to become Scott McTominay's body double at Napoli.
Oh, oh, fuck! I like you couldn't have plotted this.
McKDB, guys, McKDB.
McKDB. By the way, so there was a very funny thing happened. So one of the owners of Man City, uh, there's a video of this. Okay, so he's taking De Bruyne. He says, De Bruyne, you've done so much for the club, etc. Here's a thank you. We've made this for you. So they made a mosaic, okay, of Kevin De Bruyne. So there are these curtains. So this guy says, "Are you ready? You want to see the mosaic?" De Bruyne is like, "Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready." So he pulls the curtain. It's such underwhelming.
Always is, no?
Yeah, you can see De Bruyne's face go like.
Like this is like that Ronaldo statue they had made also, where he just looked like one complete Bruce Banner.
So crazy.
Okay.
What other transfer thing? Yeah, Wirtz is I think the big one. I think that's an exciting transfer if you're a Liverpool fan. What a window, dude. Liverpool, I really enjoyed how they became champions, wasted no time. They were like, "Chal, while we are champions, let's fucking
Trent
bolster
out,
up.
Kerkez in.
Kerkez in, Frimpong in, Wirtz in. Crazy.
Kerkez also confirmed what?
Kerkez advanced talks.
Almost,
Okay.
yeah. Good, no, good.
Um,
This is how well-run club works.
yeah.
Sad.
So that's one big piece of news.
Very sad. Very sad.
We have pushed in Xavi Alonso, confirmed, official.
Oh, and I can announce my club allegiances for next season because I am officially a Bayer Leverkusen fan now because my Hagria is back. Let's go, baby. Ten Hag ball. Hagria and Anthony at Bayer Leverkusen gonna rip it up next season.
I can't wait to see how
Or
this.
or Garnacho to Bayer Leverkusen. Dude, Garnacho, Anthony, and who's their other forward? Schick. क्या एकदम मस्त शिक होने वाला है उधर. You have no idea.
अबे तू देख ये fraud अभी खत्म होने वाला है उधर. He's gonna take a winning team.
I'm just
gonna
sad.
dismantle it.
I'm just sad that Ten Hag won't have the opportunity to play United and put this scammer in his place.
I also have a few Madrid. Before Madrid, sorry, got to tell you about one other Mo Salah fact. Mo Salah is the first player in the competition's history to win the Premier League Player of the Season, the Premier League Golden Boot, and the Premier League Playmaker Award in the same season. He's also pulled the record for the most goal involvements ever recorded in a Premier League campaign, tied with Andy Cole and Alan Shearer at 47. Crazy.
मानना
Crazy.
पड़ेगा. Salah
are you-
goat.
Are you ready, Azim, to relive old
No.
nightmares, to scratch the surface?
How many
of
more
our-
nightmares are there, yaar? New nightmares only are bad enough.
Ready?
I don't think so.
Lionel Messi has announced his favorite goal.
Oh no.
Can you guess, Azim, which one was it?
It's either that long range shot against United or the fucking header.
It's the header.
Ugh.
It's the 5'7" header that he has scored against Manchester United in the Champions League.
Oh,
So he's like, that
God.
was my favorite. बहुत मजा आया.
Of course
Emphatic.
ना. He's pathetic. नहीं ठीक है, let him do his thing. He was
Okay.
so randomly in some mall somewhere, no, chilling. He was living in some mall somewhere.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
also BT Dubs, Al Nasser, Ronaldo out of contract. Where does he go next? Will you take him back at Real Madrid? Come on, Kautuk. You just need an old-fashioned number 9 right now. Come on. He's available for free on the market. The legend, the man, the myth. You just need a guy who can put his head on the ball. Come
the,
on.
the trouble is that we have a policy of not renewing people as they turn 40. So he
No.
missed
That
the deadline.
Ronaldo can make an exception, I feel.
He missed the deadline by
Come
1.
on, one last dance.
I don't think he fits into Xavi's system.
I think he can still. Acha, now he doesn't fit. Xavi needs his players around him.
Also, Mbappe and Vinny and all, like how you can all these egos together. It won't too many cooks and all that, you know. So, okay, few things about Madrid.
Hmm.
Firstly, fuck yes, Lucas.
He's gone.
It's over. I also felt a little sad, by the way, when Lucas got off the pitch and he was untying his laces for the last time. But then I remembered, like I just had these flashbacks of seeing all these goal replays where there are strikers banging it into Real Madrid's net and Lucas is trailing behind them like smoke coming out of a non-PUC car. So he's gone. Jesus Vajo is gone. And now we'll get to the cream of the crop. Carlo Ancelotti leaves.
Oh, yeah,
Carlo
of
Ancelotti
course.
leaves Madrid with the most titles in the club's history, 15, as manager. Most matches in the club's history, 353. Most wins in the club's history, 250. And best winning percentage of 71%. Crazy.
Goated.
True legend. Him and his son will be missed. Him, his son, and his eyebrow.
Yeah.
Mbappe wins the European Golden Boot, first Madrid player to do it since Cristiano.
Yeah, all things considered, he brought it in the second half of the season.
That exactly. This was a shit season for him, so I can't wait to see what the good season will be. Then I have to tell you one last general La Liga fun fact before we move to the final thing that I want to talk about, which is Luka Modric. So this is a guy, Papa guy who plays.
Papa guy?
Papa guy plays for Villarreal. He says, guys, Lamine Yamal is really too good. At one point, he stared me down. I was like, hey, I don't want to end up in a TikTok edit. So I backed off. Can you imagine? This is football in 2025.
People will make a fucking edit of me.
कि डिफेंडर्स के दिमाग में ये नहीं चल रहा है कि how to get the ball. It is how do I stay away from these crazy TikTok edits with
they just see the comment. They see the comments while making the tackle only.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
Lamine sent him into the Shadowlands.
Yes.
Oh no,
Sent him into the shadow realm. Oh man.
Okay, and finally,
shall I do some of the finish the United super chats and then we'll do this, and then there's moderate super chats also many.
Yeah.
Okay, Kanesh Garg says hate watch of Clasico will be goated cause of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Hashtag Yanba. Swarang says the players are being recruited formation agnostically, not for 3-4-3, according to Wilcox and Vivel's input as well. Guys, मतलब ऐसा agnostic कुछ signing होता नहीं है. I really don't think this is all PR spin, guys. Kunal Mudgal says trust the process, trust the ownership, not the manager. I mean, I disagree. I think both are involved in the process. Apna Bidu King Eric says, and the stupidity is Rubina could do a decent work in sporting because of their recruitment, and instead of a sporting director, we just have Wilcox and the so-called Eye of Sauron, Maushichi. Agreed.
Who's the so-called Eye of Sauron?
Are apna Jim, no?
Oh, is Jim is the Eye of Sauron.
Or something else in case I'm missing it, but you can tell us. Atharva Suryavanshi says, Man United has broken me so bad. I was glad the Premier League trophy has finally had a change of red ribbons on it, even if it was Liverpool's.
Oh my God, that's horrifying.
Guys, don't worry, yaar. As I said, now this is the time to focus this month. Just think of the positives कि तुम लोग को weekdays पे इतना अच्छा नींद आने वाला है. No matches to stay up for, no investment. कितना भी daylight savings हो, 12:30, 1:30, अपन का कुछ लेना देना है ही नहीं. You will have amazing mental health this year. You will go to sleep on weekdays 11:30 in bed. You will wake up 8 o'clock, not traumatized by any result. Don't have to look at live score and see, अरे fuck, ऐसा 3-0 हार गया. कुछ नहीं देखने का. Just enjoy. And then on weekends, थोड़ा 90 minutes का commitment है, कर लो. नहीं करना है तो देख लो highlights. It's okay यार. Don't worry. It will be fine. Anuj Japu says, I concur with Azim's thoughts on Man United. Won't be surprised if we're in relegation battle next season. To quote Lord Mark Goldbridge, shite from Amiram and United. The club is rotten to the core. Rest in peace. Well, I suppose I can agree with Goldu here. Alap Butch says, Kotea, La Liga champs ka aakhri salam. See you next year.
Salam bhai.
Making it all right. Then we have Alvish Lunagaria, who's our Royal Money member, who says, Boyle's kids have done it. Happy for our poor man's Guardiola,
Yeah,
but Amorim Bhau single-handedly boosted morale of all Chelsea fans and helped us qualify for CL. I am with Kotok. Hashtag Amorin. Oh yeah, that result helped Chelsea also. Utkarsh Gupta says, I can't believe we are actually going for a marquee signing in Worths. This feels so not us, but it's a welcome surprise, Yanwa. No, good. Enjoy the good days, Liverpool friends. Oh my Pedri says, what a season my boy Pedri and Yamal have had. Forza Barca. Azim, why Man United does not consider Javi to steady the ship like he did at Barca? Also, Kotuk, 10 into 0 equals 0. Oh,
10
no.
into 0?
I'm not sure what the 10 is, but please feel free to elaborate. Sai Krishna says, honesty, glad season is over. Azim, your arguments are fair, but what choice do we have practically? No good manager to join this club. The season is a culmination of years of mismanagement.
So Suraj was
Oh, Winnie 10. Winnie 10x.
Okay. No. So he basically said, after he lost to Rodri, he came out and said, okay, I will now put 10x effort. 10x. And then we saw 10x effort.
Oops.
Winnie is now, I think, I genuinely, he should be a little alarmed at how much Yamal is better than him.
Yeah.
थोड़ा 10x करना पड़ेगा Winnie.
Dude, I'm actually, I'm realizing this because it's almost like these same words are coming out from everywhere, from United fans, from all the creators, from all the pundits, that this season is a culmination of years of mismanagement. Again, doesn't this sound familiar to you? कि ये जो पहले वाली पार्टी थी इन पावर उन्होंने बिगाड़ दिया, हम तो बस उनके मिस्टेक संभाल रहे हैं, पर चिंता मत करो दोस्तों, अच्छे दिन आ रहे हैं. It just feels like full PR is happening. I wouldn't be surprised if like people are being fed these lines so that now everybody just normalize the fact that this is 10 years of mismanagement and we can't do anything about it. I mean, AC Milan also went through this, no? AC,
but
I suppose that's a parallel, but
they are in a weakening league, so it's easier to actually win in that league. Here you are a strengthening league, so
exactly.
While you are going down, Brighton is moving up. While you are going down, Brentford is moving up. When you are going down,
Fulham,
Newcastle is
all of
moving
these are doing better. Yeah. Kunal Srivastava says it's only fitting that Villa got screwed out of CL yesterday, considering in 20 a refereeing howler in the last game of the season helped them stay up. They should have been relegated in 2020. Oh yes. Okay, fine, fair play. I accept. Chota Don Moshi Gigant says, my FCB are champs yet again. The good days are back. Ninad Khandekar says the same people saying that players are bad said that McSauce should be sold. This is true. McTominay should never have been sold. I always felt very bad that he went. He was our box crasher. He was our MVP. Come on, but very happy for him.
Box crasher.
Anirudh Madhuri says with his fact, United spent more time on top of the league one day than Arsenal 0 days. Can't believe we won the league. Hashtag Yanwa. Wow. United actually were on top of the league for one day. That's quite insane. Flora Fountain का words says नमस्कार भाई लोग अब तो अपन भी आ रहा है hashtag Yanwa. New characters are being introduced. Very nice, very nice. Gavin Samuel says एक लड़ू ने हमें big billion pound bottle बोला था. This season his club is the theater of screams.
Oh,
बैठ जा चुपचाप और खेल ले Red Dead Rejection transfer window में mate. Very good,
Red
very
Dead
good.
Rejection. That's
Red Dead rejection seems very perfect. Gavin Samuel, well said, and congratulations. Kirk says landed in KL for short holiday yesterday. Opened Google and this morning, and United are here. Should I ruin my holiday and watch them lose to Asian All Stars? Go for it, Kirk. Why not? Get to enjoy, see what they're
Wait,
like
they're
after.
already playing a match.
Yeah. So now this is अरे अपना sir Jim पूरा निचोड़ रहा है भाई.
1 second, didn't they just?
Yeah, they are at post. They are already there. They are post-season friendly in Kuala Lumpur. Then few of them are coming to United. थोड़ा Apollo का टायर बेचने के लिए. Then they are going to Hong Kong the week after, playing Ashley Westwood's Hong Kong team. And
Wow.
because they are like अभी player खरीदने के लिए सबको post-season tour पे भेजना पड़ेगा. Post-season tour, pre-season tour.
Fuck, imagine if they lose in Kuala Lumpur and all these places also.
Yeah. So it's also fuck. Also, there's going to be so much football again. Like I was looking forward to this lack of football in the summer, but now there's this AFC, like what is the World Champions League or whatever the fuck, Club World Cup.
Club World Cup.
Yuck, who wants to watch any of this? Are Real Madrid in it? Okay, then I guess
We
there
were
are some
trying to
people.
we were trying to tell Liverpool कि भेज देना Trent. हो गया ना अभी. So they're like नहीं 2 million दे पहले. So we're like यार चिंदी लोग.
क्या 2 मिलियन दे देना यार, पैसे भी
हाँ.
साला फ्री का चीज में तुम लोग 2 मिलियन का असर हो रहा है. Crazy man. Ninad Khandikar says Amorim is that cook who can only cook in his kitchen, दूसरे के पतीले में बिरयानी जला देता है. Oh, perfect.
What a line.
Oh, nail hit on head. Ninad on fire. Superb. Exact. This is exact. He can only cook in his kitchen. Superb. Let him cook, but let him
दूसरे के
kitchen
पतीले-
also.
दूसरे के
Excellent.
पतीले में बिरयानी जला देता है. Damn good.
Perfect. Paul Kamer says ये जब से मैडागास्कर कोच बना है अपना तो आतंक ही खत्म हो गया है. Bawa was balancing me out. No Bawa equals no performance for me. Do I need Bawa's presence so that I will get good performance in bed also? Paul Kamer, I think these are larger issues that I don't think any individual can solve. Deepak Kumar says Hoyland 4 goals assist, Cucurella 5 goals assist.
Fuck me, man. क्या दिन आ गए. Whether Cucurella, Paella, he's scoring more.
Finally CL after 2 years. Yeah, good. Congrats. Ankit Chauhan says, okay, wait. So I'll read this one after you're done. Vedant Deshpande says, call Bawa for end of season recap. Let's see. We can see if he'll come, but I doubt it. Nishant Rajkumar says, let's be honest. Prison Leopards are much better than United this season. They also provide mental well-being compared to United. We must see what Prison Leopards are up to. Where are they in the table?
Yeah, as a
Yeah.
season ending goodbye.
निनाद खांडेकर says Amorim के लिए करना पड़ेगा amortize, पर ना उसके पास है ability ना है poise. क्यों फिर उसे बैक कर रहे हैं यूनाइटेड फैंस जब हमें सुनना पड़ा है कॉइज. Fair point. FC Barcelona says United should buy Takefuse Kubo, insane baller and is cheap, and Inaki
He's
Peña,
a
great
baller.
choice for goalkeeper. Yeah, both very nice looking signings. Emi Martinez is an interesting one because he's going to be available on free transfer. Might be interesting. Because I don't know about I mean Onana and all is fine, but we also desperately need an upgrade on Bayender. Dude, just that lack of ability to catch a rolling ball, man, is just so one of I think Ten Hag's greatest sin was that signing for sure. Anirudh Pachapur says proper Chelsea performance from Mourinho era. Congratulations, Anirudh. Welcome to Champions League again. Why am I saying welcome like I am there? Enjoy Champions League. Ashish Chaudhary says goodbye to Croatian Curtis Jones, Suka Modak. Shashank Garg says major incident during Liverpool parade causing casualties. Oh, okay. Hope everyone is all right and nothing too serious. Apna Bidu King Eric says context for super chat. When asked about recruitment, Ratcliffe Bola Wilcox's eyes are a valuable asset to the club. So Wilcox is Eye of Sauron. Oh, okay. I thought it was
Oh.
just Sir Jim's beady eyes staring at things from one ivory tower. Ankit B says caramel ka jadoo La Liga. Caramel continues to haunt.
We are ever since I've not petted that dog, na. Fucking Shani has been bhari.
Atharva Suryavanshi said not football related, but today Nadal is good. Why? Nadal won.
French Open.
Oh, he won French Open. Who
No,
he
no,
beat?
no, 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 no.
No.
I think he's retired, but he came back to the.
Oh, okay, like that. Rafael Nadal came back to French Open. All right, interesting. Then we have Suraj Mustafi says never imagined Cunha, Mateta, Imbuemo front three at United signing best players from mid-table teams so that we can be better than them. So embarrassing.
So
Are
embarrassing.
we actually linked with Mateta and Umbuemo? Okay, what a wild ride that will be. And finally, to lead in, we have Ankit Chauhan saying, with Modric gone, a part of me has died forever. He was that unconditional, true lover. And in the end, Madrid couldn't give that love back to him because how could we? It's simply not possible. Thank you for everything, my goat.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the super chats. And let us, just quickly before we go, and I'm going to just do our plugs and get them out of the way. 12th, 13th, 14th of June, I'm doing Bahrain, Muscat, and Dubai. Need little assistance with selling tickets over there. So if you are there, please come. If you have friends there, please let them know. It is my cool new show that has PowerPoint and AI and cats, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, anything you need to plug, and then we'll get to the end.
If you are in Amsterdam, London, or Toronto, Taste is coming with our new show, Markasam, so you can get your tickets. I think Toronto is like there are fewer tickets left, so if you're there, then please get your tickets soon. Yeah.
Okay, chalo. And now, Luca Bhai ka tribute.
Okay.
Lukesh.
Luka by tribute. Yes. Truly, like, spent some like time gathering my thoughts because I watched the game, by the way. His final home game against Sociedad, and yeah, I mean, it tells you everything that you need to know that when he was subbed off at the 87th minute, it wasn't just the Real Madrid players who sort of like, um, paid tribute to him. It was also the Sociedad players. So they formed a guard of honor, and you have to be truly special for that to happen. Um, and he was truly special. So I wrote something. This is what it is. So here goes. This is how myths are formed. The heat of success burns away the mundane, leaving behind golden nuggets of legend. Looking back at the last 10 years of Real Madrid's history, this becomes more and more evident. In a world given to hyperbole, to say this is no exaggeration, these last 10 years were legendary. And at the heart of it all was Luka Modric. Luka Modric arrived at Madrid in August of 2012 from Tottenham. And maybe because he arrived from Tottenham, he has been hungry for trophies ever since. He was already 26 when he made the move. He had won a grand total of 0 trophies with Spurs, but over the next 13 years, he would go on to add 28 titles to his name. This makes him the most decorated player in Real Madrid's history, a crazy feat considering how many greats have helped themselves to decorations at this great club. He also quite possibly has the most titles won by any player post the age of 26. Of all the Galacticos that have glittered at the ground of Madrid, Modric must surely be the one that fits the mold the least. He has always been modest, unassuming, and hardworking. He never tore up the goal scoring records, nor did he distribute assists like they were candy. The reason his name is up in lights was because there were few who were more cool, composed, decisive, evasive, intelligent, and relentless with the ball at their feet. If Ronaldo, Bale, and Benzema were the sharpened point of the pencil, then Casemiro, Cruz, and Modric were the wood that held the lead in place. If the attackers were the sharp edge of the sword, then they were the steel in the blade. If the front three were the tip of the syringe, then they were the heroin in the barrel. You get my point. He is the oldest player to have played for Madrid, an honor he inherited from Ferenc Puskás. And even at 39, he had the infectious enthusiasm for the game that you only see on school grounds. It's crazy that Dani Ceballos looks far more jaded than a man closing in on his fourth decade. As he aged, it seemed like the youth was steadily draining from his face to rejuvenate his legs, leading to the interesting combination of a face that looked like it was in its late 60s and legs that were in their early 20s. Beyond the exquisite trevellas, the graceful pirouetting, and the metronomic passing, there was the solid, dependable personality of Modric. Tony Cruz was at hand when Modric exited the field for the last time at the Bernabeu. The two veterans hugged. You can imagine just how genial a personality Modric has that he managed to get emotion to surface in a man as frigid as Tony Cruz. Back in 2012, in his first season at Madrid, the newspaper Marca had run a poll for the worst signings of the year, and Modric had the ignominy of topping that list, somehow finishing ahead of Barca's Alex Song. Now, 13 years later, after 6 Champions Leagues, a Ballon d'Or, and being part of the greatest generation of midfielders in Real Madrid's very storied, very illustrious history, it is safe to say that Alex Song should have topped that goddamn poll. We're going to miss this fucker.
Yeah.
And I think once Danny Carvajal goes, that's the end of that golden generation.
Yeah. End of an era.
Yeah.
But too good, yeah. Modric he was joy to watch. I hate him for that goal he scored against us in Champions League.
Yeah.
Which also was just such a beauty of a finish off the post. I'll never forget that one. But yeah, legend of the game. I think only regret in life, only wish I had in life was that I one day if it would have been possible to see Modric and Pirlo in same team, because that would have been majestic to watch.
And I wonder, honestly, like, where would you put him? Like, behind Zidane? But is he, like, probably one of the best to do it?
Yeah, I
Definitely
mean,
top five.
I think there's him. I mean, even like when you talk about unassuming, but also like part of like this golden generation, won so many trophies. The Scholes also comes into the equation over there. Like, a crazy passer, great range, scored the goals, adapted his game, kept going until like was pretty effective until like 35, 36 also. I mean, not 39. So I think he comes into that picture as well. You have your likes of Xavi's and Iniestas
Yeah.
and those guys as well. Um, in the German game, do we have any who would fit into that kind of mold? I don't
Look,
think like Schweinsteiger faded fairly early. You don't have anybody.
yeah, like a deadly combination of all of the technique, all of that stuff, alongside a good personality, alongside longevity, alongside, um, like, I think like the other thing is just composure in big games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Cruz, Modric, I think you
Yeah,
would put
put them in the
in
same bucket.
conversation.
And just what a luxury to have both at the club for so long.
I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, as I was writing this piece, I was thinking about like the fact that, you know, when things end, you look back and go like, oh, what a time, what a
Yeah.
time to have seen it. But when they start, you have no idea, right? Like they came in so unassumingly, so like quietly, and you're like, oh, ठीक है, आया है Tottenham से.
Yeah. No, but I
What a
really liked him at Tottenham also. I would always wish that we had signed him because he was just so good on the ball. Like, he's one of those now again, just like they say that a player who looks like he has more time on the ball than he actually does. It's just that's the hallmark of
And
it.
even in his last game, na, he has this ability of like the feign was so good. Like he
Yeah.
would throw people off just by the
Yeah.
unpredictability of his movement. He would pick he like I think like it's that Stephen Strange thing, that Doctor Strange thing where like he had that ability of saying, I've looked at all the possibilities, here's the best pass.
Yeah.
He had that
Yeah.
he
But
had
and
that
the thing is
creative
that
mind.
even at 39, he doesn't look slow.
Yeah, he's
You know
not
what I
slow.
mean? Like he's not slow. Like he still looks as like agile and
Yeah, he's
whatever.
just like, he's become better at managing his energy, but he's not slow by any means.
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't think like pace is not necessarily what he's lost. I think obviously energy and the ability to do the up and down for 90 minutes. But yeah, to come on and just like be that little bit of game changer, which he was also for quite a few games this season also for you.
And I think the other hallmark is that the true greats have this crazy ability to take average teams, average national teams, to
Yeah,
some unprecedented heights.
yeah,
That is a thing that is genuinely in common with all the true greats.
yeah,
Like, you'll also see, like, for example, like, you come across some names in history, like Hristosh Stoichkov,
yeah,
right? Who suddenly takes a Bulgaria to like the third place,
yeah,
right? Like,
yes,
so you have those, like, so he fits that mold so perfectly. Ki Croatia ko do bar, takes them in contention to like World Cups.
yeah,
That's crazy. It's wild.
yeah, fabulous. Will be missed for sure. But then, yeah, it's like one of those, like, I think like one of those where you're like, it's clear that you don't have another Modric again. Like, it's very few players who fit that mold of technique and excellence that he had. Too good. And of course, combined with all the success. Very good, very good. Okay, we have the last couple of super chats. Nehal Kulkarni says, even though I was angry when Trent decided to go on a free, it felt very bad seeing him in tears, wishing him all the luck there. See you in TO, Kotia. Oh, Toronto. Oh, nice. You'll see Nehal Kulkarni there. Amod says, I'm a Barca fan and Modric retiring makes me a little sad too. Yeah, man, it's just like
Yeah, yeah,
if you,
good,
it's
great
also
players.
when they've been around for so long, you just get used to, and it's such a respectable foe. Also, as a like no tattoo, no nothing, same hairstyle
He
for the
never
last
did.
20 years.
And the thing is, like, even as a opponent, right? Like, he was a classy opponent. Like, he had intensity, and he had desire to beat rivals, but he never had that gandagi that comes with it, na?
Yeah,
Ki ungli karega,
yeah, nothing,
the
zero
talk smack.
haraminess, no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just like it's a, and I think like part of it might be, I don't know, like it would be interesting to see what kind of like this, you know, the fact that like he's come from a war-torn country, right? He's seen
Yeah,
like, literal, like absolute, like life and death situations. So maybe it gives you a different perspective on things. Like even Djokovic has that similar
yeah.
sort of like,
Yeah, but he's so like how many players have that complete zero haraminess to them? Very few that you can think of, like who had just absolute no harami streak to them. Zero.
there's another incident that really comes to mind, which I think, and in some ways, now like you watch football also, obviously,
Iniesta is the one that comes to mind, who
uh,
also had zero haraminess.
like you watch football for the mastery of the game and all of that. That's one part of it, but you also are invested in the story of the personalities, right?
Yeah,
And one of the things about Modric, which is so endearing, man, it's such a great story. So it's Michael Essien who has come to Madrid, and he's got his birthday, and he sends an invite to everybody at all the players at Madrid, right? And he says, "Hey, I'll be celebrating my birthday at this restaurant. Please come." And Essien arrives at the restaurant. He waits, and two people showed up, and one of them was Luka Modric.
and who's the other?
So the other one, I forget. I forget who it was. Chat, if you could remind me. But there's this very, very like sweet photograph of Essien, Modric, and this other guy. I forget who it was. Carvajal, I forget. But anyway, so there's this very sweet photograph, just the three of them, and it's like, he showed up. And he was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, I'll be there." That's the kind of people you want in a team.
yeah,
You know?
man. Exactly. For team, you want that guy, like that guy who just shows up. Who either be as a social life, maybe assist there. So
Yeah.
one of those. Carvalho, it
Carvalho.
seems. Yeah.
Carvalho. There you go.
Chelsea heritage. Mark Wala Arlap Schnoderji says Kautuk da Azim da was always correct. Trent is James Ward Prowse with PR of Beckham. Be ready to leak from the right side. Yamal is already licking his fingers just like you do after having Mishti Doi and Sandesh. Shubham Mohanty has a two-part chat. He says, Azim, I was also fuming after the final, because it shouldn't take 18 months for a manager to get his 11 right, but we're stuck in this same cycle now. LVG's, Les Van Gaal's mundane football feels good in comparison. He says, we were relegated in the 70s, but this feels the same. We lost 100 million, really signed a deal with the Red Devil just to bruise past relegation. We've truly seen it all, won a lot, but Sun shall sign again. GTMU. Yes, Sun eventually does sign again, but for that you have to not blow up the planet so you can experience it. I feel sunsets are usually experienced well when planet exists. And Arnab Slaughter says, हम original Slaughter है, बाकी सब तेमू का है. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you, friends, for tuning in. Please smash likes before leaving. I think we will have one more stream
And
before season ends.
Also do help us out with a like on the way out and a comment if you're watching.
Tell us, comment why Luka Modric was best.
Yeah.
Tell us. Leave all tributes to Luka Modric and we will take a screenshot and send him one DM. We do that. Also, reminder again for the Middle East shows in June. Mumbai shows for next month are all sold out. London is sold out. Bas yeh karne ka hai. One important thing I was going to say, fuck, I forgot. Some of you I might end up bumping into on 29th in Mumbai. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you know, you know. And अरे कुछ तो yes, I am trying to. I'm going to try to do this once I take my break and I sit at home every day. I want to get into a routine of giving myself something to wake up early for in the morning. So I'm going to try once break starts to do Manchester United rebuild over 30 days of off season in the mornings. So I shall try.
Nice.
So let's see.
Nice.
FM in the AM. Got to do it in the morning, get it out of the way so I don't stay up late at night. And yeah, merch we have to figure out, man. Merch ka dekhna padega because our this thing has shut na, Red Wolf. We have a missed super chat from where? I don't see a missed super chat.
Ashish, if you could put it in the regular chat, we'll just read it out.
I'll see if I find an Ashish. Ashish la 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 la. अच्छा शुभम का पढ़ लिया ना दोनों?
Yeah,
Both I have read. Okay, cool. Chalo, we is done. Good for now, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching the 4.
4.
The 2. Okay, goodbye, friends. Enjoy Champions League final. See you soon.